No, there we go. There's my warning.
Oh yeah, we
Got it.
should have just started streaming without Mark and be like, here's the real deal.
Here's what Mark's afraid to
Mark's
tell you.
trapped us.
The menu item is very misleading because it's like streaming live. Like, oh, that's the verb you want to do, not what is happening right now. Got it.
Streaming live.
Streaming live. Ugh, lost connection to game server. Why? Okay, let's do this. I took notes. I went through the stream and I took notes.
Thank
So
you so
Yes.
much. Were you like
Yeah.
watching it at 3 times speed?
Because they just
from-
reminded
Yes.
me. I actually
Yes.
forgot. They just
1.5.
reminded me. They reminded me about our new ghost roommate who wanted me to
yeah,
do something,
Yeah,
summon an
I had to
dark
hear my
entity.
voice.
I think.
Ava Rosecroft. She wanted to talk to you for a while, but she couldn't
Maybe
because
she
all your
was a
spirits were
Willoughby,
in
and
the
then
way.
she married into the
And
Rose
then
Crops.
She was not a Willoughby.
But she also
but-
she wanted me to summon a dark entity, right?
Yeah, so she was like, when you summon one into this world, like they go away from the ghost
Oh,
world.
right.
So
Cool, cool,
I
cool.
could come hang out with
Oh.
you if you summon one.
I mean, it's what I do. So
Yeah.
So you're just distracting her bullies.
So yeah, ghost boys.
Okay.
And conveniently, one of my questions is, did I have a face-to-face encounter with a dark entity? So
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
a thing
remember
I
my
need to do
questions.
anyway.
Yeah. Guts. That's what I need.
Goods.
Oh, I still need to create an ornate over-the-top erotic experience for someone else.
Yes.
I think that might happen.
Oh yeah, we're going to a party. I'm gonna
Hollywood
find some
party.
guts.
It's party time.
Or
Ooh,
We
movie
are?
star
I'm
party.
gonna bring the child to the party.
Yo, here's some feet, and here's what else do you have?
What parts are
Here's a
available?
torso.
Yeah.
It's just
Fine,
a
that's
torso,
enough.
like a little
Yeah, it's a Goomba.
Terry Gilliam animation.
Yeah.
I don't see the problem.
Paloma picked. What did she pick for the resurrections? I know she was going shopping, grave robber wise.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Remember the other one was?
I think I wanted to get some stuff.
Yeah, it was
I was
the
like, let's
grave
get us
robbing.
some stuff.
Oh, that's the grave robbing. Will search for valuables. Cool. So you got the
And a corpse.
and
Always a corpse.
Always a corpse part. Okay, body parts.
What was the we were listening to? Oh, Mark was listening to it. I remember it, and there was like a really good Paloma line. I'm already forgetting it.
Oh, it
Death.
had lots of
Oh,
really
death.
good stuff,
I
yeah.
know a thousand ways to come back from. Life is fragile.
Living is way harder than
Living
dying.
is more fragile. Living is harder than dying.
Dying is easy. Comedy is hard.
Dying is easy.
Not. Have we learned that Sally left the first day she started? Left. Let's see.
Oh yeah, I was trying to find her. I remember I was.
I was just skipping through and I stopped at the part where Peter was taking a consequence for racing George. He was like, kicked you in the shin, is like, you cheated, and ran inside. Like little shit.
So
Good
funny.
stuff.
Wasn't I talking to? Was it the? Yeah, was it? That's how I met the ghost, because I was actually trying to ask her like if she had any information about Sally.
Yeah,
Is that
so
why I was
you
talking to her?
use the Ghost Bones move
Yeah,
on Hargrave
Ghost
House.
Bones.
So Ava is Ava Rosencroft
Willoughby.
is like the ghost of Hargrave House, and yeah, so you got her there. You also did the thing with Sean, where he flew backwards through time,
Oh.
That's right.
Time Crow.
and you saw the original
Friday nights on NBC.
Time Crow. You saw the original servant girl scream herself to death when she saw Irma's face, and then some sort of ghost Irma followed Sean back through time. Maybe who
Tried
knows?
to, yeah, was trying to. Or
Yeah. So that's cool. And Paloma had a vision of the dead baby and freaked out Ms. Beale while she was holding it. That was cool.
Trying to make some friends. Didn't make any friends.
Oh yeah, Mr. Beale had the fucked up ledger with the pig gifts and whatnot in there. Yeah, a lot of fun stuff happened. Paloma got a Dr. Moreau bone saw. Gareth got
Oh,
a
yeah.
desecrated Bible, and Francis got the police badge with the weird lodge insignia on it
Oh yeah.
from the basement. That's all good stuff. Cool. I think that is dusk for us.
Dun,
Mhm.
dun, dun.
Cool.
Still embarrassed.
Yeah.
Your shin hurts a little.
Good.
Yeah.
And so it is nighttime.
Nighttime.
It's the right time.
So
Brave Robin.
it's an unseen time.
So we're not, just to make sure, we're not supposed to have any Nicole video at the moment, right?
Oh, oops.
I was like, I mean, it was kind of cool having your little portrait just talking.
Oh, I've got the wrong one on. That's what happened. I got unplugged.
Ah,
Now I've got a little furry spot on my head.
I was wondering about that.
It's a dark entity around your head.
Speaking of,
Swirling
yeah,
around.
speaking of webcams, it's a dark entity. I'll fix it.
This looks like found footage from a horror film.
I'm so sorry.
Don't follow me.
She's
Oh,
grainy
just 'cause
and fading in and
everything is
out.
getting unplugged. That's what's happening. Oh, this is a mess. Woo.
And she's back in higher def
Hey.
without a dark entity swirling around her head.
Oh yeah, what
That we
what
can
dark
see.
entity? I don't remember that.
Everything's fine.
Oh yeah, I should rename this.
Sweet. So let's start the night off with a little bit of unseen.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I think we're gonna do the dinner party one. Sounds fun.
Oh yeah, it makes sense with the one we're doing.
Yeah.
Welcome to the party, Richter.
Let's see. Eric Taylor has a good job as a clerk, and with his wife Abigail, they form the very picture of the respectable new Victorian middle class. Behind the lace curtains of their terrace home, they are throwing a small dinner party for equally respectable friends, the Davenports. The Taylor's daughter Maud plays piano passively in the parlor before dinner is served. Does anyone feel like doing the first paint the scene?
I can give it a shot.
Cool.
I have no idea what I'll say, but do I read the prompt?
Yeah, just read the little prompt there.
Okay. As the Taylors and the Davenports enter the dining room, what do we see that shows the Taylors have made their best efforts to impress? And how do we know the Davenports are a rung above them in terms of wealth and prestige?
Mhm.
Okay. I think that as they come in, Mr. Davenport hands his overcoat and walking stick to the one servant that the Taylors have. And we can see the servant putting the walking stick next to a collection of putting a very ornate one with the figure of a silver wolf, like rampant as the handle of it, and just this dark, like ebony wood that's smooth and shiny, and
Nice.
sets it next to a bunch of the Taylor's like accoutrements that are all just normal, everyday, workable things. And
Nice.
And I think the need to impress doesn't come through immediately in the things in the room, although you can see that that the Taylors are dressed as nicely as they can manage, but it's definitely in the affect, like Eric Taylor is a little too kind of solicitous and eager to please their guests. And you see Maud wince every time she plays a wrong note on the Chopin on the piano.
Nice. Cool. Gareth, did you want to go to the party, or do you want to try to get your compact back?
I don't remember what the deal is with this party.
It's
Trying to find something with the camera.
Yeah, totally normal party.
what was the group?
Just blowing off steam.
The Society Obscura.
Society Obscura that was associated with the weird little camera.
The Whitley camera.
I have a situation going on here. Let me fix this. What is happening here and why?
Oh, it's the same Eric Taylor, yeah.
Almost certainly.
Almost certainly. Time traveling Taylor.
Giving inspiring speeches too.
Oh, and I guess before we jump in, let me review the threats that are on the table. We have a full tray of threats,
I don't know.
Which means that if you don't resolve one tonight, no more up here. So good for you. So we're still on a St. James's Street ghost. You solved the first question, which was what part of the house is the ghost attached to? The basement. You got the old bones move. So the next question, a difficulty of 6. How can we get the ghost to pass on to the next world? You have 5
0?
available clues.
So it'd effectively be a -1.
Yeah. But I don't think you're going to be there tonight.
Wow. Does not believe in us. I'm going to put that on your review.
That's a condition.
Condition.
Second one is the creature of Cremorne Garden.
Which
The question that was answered was, is the creature real or is it a hoax? Oh, was it answered? No, it wasn't. It was, we tried, but we didn't get the answer.
Oh, we didn't. In my mind is real.
if we didn't, then we haven't used any of the clues, right?
Right. So you have 6 available clues for that one.
Okay, I'll unuse those clues.
Just like how detectives do it.
Or did you use it? I thought we did.
No,
use
we
them.
won.
Yeah. Oh no, you did, because you decided it was real, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Paloma wasn't convinced, and then was, and then we made up something about
It's
sea
real.
shanties.
Yeah.
Wishes
So then the
Mark would keep up with which ones we'd solved.
So the question available here is also complexity 4. If it is real, what does the creature want?
To join Hargrave House.
Yes, as a roommate. We're all on the same page.
To
We
go
all
on
know.
adventures with us.
Yes.
And then the current one we're on here is the Waitley camera. There's one question. It's a complexity 8. And what circumstances will cause someone photographed by the camera to disappear?
That's right.
Not
Oh, we just have to
cause.
take a lot of photos at this party. Is what I'm hearing.
That sounds like a solid
All
plan.
right. I
Are
need you
Your
to.
hypothesis.
I need you to insult her while putting your tongue out at him. All right, and
Cool. There are a lot of characters for this one too. So yeah,
All
Gareth, did you want
Willoughbys.
to go to the party with the others, or you have other stuff you'd like to do?
Oh man, that is a tough call.
remember last time we were separated.
You know what? It's when Heath can't decide, that's time to roll a die.
Yeah, that sounds better. Do it
High, I
that
go to the party. Low, I go try to get my compact back. Survey says low. I'm gonna go try to get my compact back.
All
Yeah.
right. Let's start with you then. I think that's fun. So it is evening in London. You are at the front door of the former house of Sally. And you are able to go into the little lounge area that you're very familiar with. What are you interested in doing?
If I remember correctly, last time I was there was a woman who was like, "Yeah, you're gonna be the new Toby" or something.
Yeah,
like
that was Violet.
Willoughby.
I
think it was. No, she had a different last name.
So I imagine.
Married
I don't
name.
think she's,
Name
high class enough.
Married. Married
And
out of
then-
the Willoughbys.
I'm guessing I would seek her out to have this conversation that we need to have.
Right. Yeah, I think in the little waiting room there's I think it's kind of a busy night. There was one prostitute hanging out as sort of a greeter, and he's dressed in kind of like a working man's costume almost. He's not a laborer, but I think that's his deal tonight at least. And he recognizes you, of course. And I think when he realizes, there's two stages. He recognizes you as a customer who has been here before, and then after a moment, he's like, "Oh, Gareth, okay." And he kind of stands up and brushes himself off, and then kind of why am I brushing myself off? So I'm not actually dirty. And he says, Mr. Arkpenny, we've been expecting you. I'm glad that you chose to come back. Is there anything I can do for you? And he kind of straightens a hair on your...
Well, one thing was that Toby had borrowed something from me as collateral that I'd very much like to get back if it is somewhere here.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that. Is it? Can you tell me what it is, or?
Yes, it's like a very pretty glittery little compact. I believe that's what it was, right? I think that's what it.
I don't think I've seen one of that.
Yeah, it's a magical glittery powder puff.
Oh, magical. Okay. Miss Violet is occupied at the moment. I imagine she's been running the house. Would you care to wait for her, or come back later, or can I occupy you in the meantime?
How many people are here that are available currently?
I'm afraid it's just me at the moment.
No. All right. Well, then I'll
There's
tell
like
you.
half dozen 9 employees at any given time.
I will tell you what I'm going to tell everyone in this establishment. There's going to be many changes.
Oh,
I'm not Toby.
okay.
The first and most important change to this establishment is it is a place for those to work voluntarily if it's a line of work they wish to pursue. And if it is
What
not
else?
a line of work that you wish to pursue, you are free to leave with no consequences and no ill will whatsoever. And in fact, I will do what I can in my power to help you pursue any other avenues that you would like to pursue.
He looks very concerned. Are you firing me?
No. I am saying it is important that everyone here wants to be here of their own free will.
And
Does not feel that they must be here under duress or under threat or anything like this, which I got the impression that perhaps was the way Toby ran things.
Toby he had his methods of encouraging us. And he just looks utterly confused and shocked. So I don't. I'm not sure what else I would do.
And that is fine. Again, I'm just saying, from now on, your life, your path will be charted by you and you alone, and I will do everything in my power to help you along that path. But you will not be forced to follow any path that you do not wish to follow.
So nothing's changing if I decide to stay.
It's completely your prerogative. And all who do stay will take part in the benefits and the profits from this place.
Well, we already have a place to stay here, and we get
Oh,
food
good, good.
regularly, occasionally. So I feel like we're well compensated already. Miss Violet is stern, but not as, if I can be frank with you, not as violent as Master Toby.
Good.
And I'm not sure if that's by choice or whether she's just been busier of late, but I appreciate the kindness.
Well, violence
he-
will certainly not be tolerated.
Of course. Of course. And he kind of like feels the back of his neck a little bit and kind of like looks thoughtfully. All right. Can I bring you anything?
No, I suppose I'll just wait for Violet then. So we can make sure we're all on the same page.
All right. I'll see what her disposition is currently and bring her to you when she's ready. Please make yourself comfortable.
Wonderful. What was this person's name? Did he tell me? Forget.
Blake is his name. He didn't tell you, but you know his name. He's been around.
Blake Willoughby.
And again, no last name.
Now you're a Willoughby.
That's how you become a Willoughby.
By default.
Oh no. All right, cool. So let's go to a party. Paloma and Francis, you are
It's the
you
best
have-
party duo.
you have the little invitation you got. It was sent by
Sean.
what's his name?
Sean the Crow.
Bert, who's the one who sent you the
Can we bring
photos.
Sean?
That's up to Gareth.
I think Sean comes with me generally. I mean, I'll tell Sean if he wants to go to the party. He can.
We might just wind up running into Sean there.
I'm sure Sean is already there.
He's got his own. He has
Sean does what Sean wants.
So you have your invitation from that Bert
Sean.
sent you along with the letters and description of the problem. The house at the address is, it's not a single family house by any means. It takes up the entire corner of a block. It's several stories, and you can see there's lights dancing in the windows. You can't really see inside, but the sounds of music and people talking and merriment in general, you can definitely hear from the street.
Man.
Paloma and Francis, how are you dressed tonight?
I was about to say, I feel like I should have chosen the wearing crazy avant-garde clothing thing for one of my questions. I did not, but Francis is definitely. I'm trying to work out exactly what silly avant-garde clothing Francis has.
But you are needing to put. Oh wait, what is your other one? You need to put
Create an
erotic
ornate, over-the-top erotic experience for someone else's.
Oh,
pleasure.
okay. I was like, you could dress Paloma up, but that doesn't feel quite like that.
I do
I'm
think
sure
he
there will be-
has.
I'm sure there will be a buffet.
I definitely think he has what is it? A mink stole or something like fluffy and fuzzy around his neck.
Nice.
And then probably something cut like a tux with tails, but some eye burning bright color.
Cool. What about Paloma?
Yeah, I feel like Paloma has her she dusts off her nicest academic wear. Yeah, which is kind of fun and severe, but quite nice.
All right.
Yes. A high collar and yeah.
Cool, great. So you're at the front door. How do you announce yourself?
Oh man, I've got the embarrassed condition. Oh, and you've got the terrified
no.
condition.
Am I so terrified? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
we
Maxie
should
sort
just go in the side door.
Neither
Go
of
in the
us want to
window.
go in
Good.
the front door.
Oh,
Yeah, can we
yes.
try and get in a side door and
Yeah, absolutely.
See if we can do
100%.
a vulnerable move with voyeurism.
Oh yeah. I was like, maybe why don't we watch from the window for a little while? Why don't we just check out? I feel like Paloma, since Paloma is terrified and you're a bit embarrassed. Yeah, we'd be like, why don't we just check it out from the window for a little while and make sure it's
I mean, I am
see if we can
min-maxing
pick
a
up some
little bit, but
clues or
this feels like in keeping with the conditions that we've got.
So do you want to look through like a first story window? You'd have to probably get in some bushes, or do you want to
yeah,
go
we're like
into an
inside a
alley?
bush. Yeah.
You can look for a back entrance in an alley if you'd like. Which way do you want to go?
Yeah, I think Francis will defer to Paloma on this because it's like I've never come to a party.
Oh, I
and
know
not
all
first
the
through
windows.
the front door. I'm
Everybody's
learning
got a
today.
first story window. We just gotta, it's just a matter of, and Paloma's like already like, it's just a matter of which one they're least likely to find you at. See, this one's got a bush in front of it, so they're gonna be
Oh.
searching it less than that one over there in the alley. They're gonna be really watching.
So Paloma, what are you afraid will happen if you lose your nerve or fail at this?
Oh, I was mostly worried that we were gonna get like caught by some of the groundskeepers or something. If I lose my nerve or fail,
Yeah.
that I'm just too scared to do it. Is that, sorry, I'm not quite understanding.
So what are you afraid that will happen if this does not go well for you?
Yeah, I guess I was afraid we were gonna get caught
Yeah.
and then not allowed in the party.
We could also have Francis threatening to burst, like he really just wants to burst into the front door and greet
And I think,
everyone.
yeah, I think Francis is gonna be a little eager also. Yeah, he's gonna like keep opening
So
the,
like, if this doesn't go right, we're going with Francis's plan.
yeah, and I
Um,
feel like Francis is not a good voyeur. He like likes to be in it.
Yeah.
So I think not only that, but you'll not be ejected and barred from the party, but the person or people they send to do it will be burly types and probably inflict some physical harm on you. They will not be gentle. in the
More
process.
conditions.
That's not nice.
You can choose to back down, or you can choose to go through with it.
What the fuck were you ever gonna do? No, we're looking at this window.
Okay.
Mark my words.
Reasonably, I logic it out.
Mhm,
Of
yeah.
course. This
Um,
I did find the best window
I think this is composure, because this
by
is
logic.
because you are terrified and you're trying to pull yourself together to do your
Fine.
thing.
I'm like begging Francis, like, I just need a little moment of watching. I'll get
My
myself
coat.
together.
Look at my coat.
Look at that coat. It's got leaves on it
Um,
already.
Well, I think he's just like, this begs to be seen.
Oh, that's even funnier.
I think since you're terrified, this is with disadvantage. So
It's
you'll
my
be rolling 2 dice or 3 dice, take the lowest 2 and adding
Add
1.
one.
Okay, sorry, I gotta sign in.
Worse.
Okay, could you tell me that one more time? 2 dice,
3 dice,
3 dice.
and you will take the lowest 2 and add 1.
The lowest. Okay, I'm just gonna one step at a time. 3 dice. Let me give this
3
a
dice.
name. Watching from the window. Somebody's watching. Okay, I will roll it, and then we'll figure out the next things that Mark told me to do.
So that's a 6 plus 1 is a 7. You just barely make it.
It's good enough for me.
Cool, but there is a complication or cost. Describe what it looks like as you're tell me exactly what you're doing as you're getting up in that bush and looking through the window.
Yeah, I feel like Paloma's not been to this house before. So this is not a place.
Oh,
that
Francis
she-
maybe has.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and Paloma's not, because if Paloma had been there, she probably knew the sneaky windows, but
Mhm.
she doesn't. And this one ends up being like right in the middle of kind of a large hedge, and it's like one of those big sculpted monstrosities, and you kind of have to squeeze in and get in there.
Just for my own knowledge, why was that only a 7?
Because it was with disadvantage.
So taking the lowest 2 dice and then adding 1 for composure for the stat.
But the lowest 2 was 9.
3 plus
Oh wait, no,
3.
6. I see 3 and 3.
Yeah.
I
never
did
mind.
the exact same
I'm
thing.
math good.
I mathed the exact same way.
Oh, mine's not even showing up yet. I
Really?
still see Garrett's roll. Yeah,
Huh?
mine's saying I've lost the connection.
Oh, just reload the page. Mine does that.
I
sometimes,
believe
too.
you.
Yeah.
Now I understand everything.
Oh, there's my rolls.
Yeah.
I was like, that's
Um,
Garrett's roll. That's a good roll.
Paloma,
Sorry, was
what-
I supposed to add more to that?
Nope, you did it. You did it. What would Paloma find more mortifying? For someone inside to open the window and see her, or for someone outside to notice that she's there?
Inside.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because
Um,
outside would be like a grounds person and she could
Yeah.
probably pull rank, but inside is probably Paloma doesn't do well with upper class
And
folks.
these are like, this is like on a corner of a block, so both these all these hedges and stuff are facing the street, so it could be literally anyone walking by, but this is great. I think as you know,
I
you
also
try
think
to,
it's just funny to like
yeah. You are getting the, oh, is this not the one? Where is it? Ooh, yeah. So you're like trying to get, it's kind of awkward, and Francis is making a fuss and it's hard to concentrate. So you're kind of like scrabbling against the window. So you've got your face up to it and kind of like it's got kind of heavy curtains, so there's not like much to peek through. And as you've got your face pressed up to it, the windows suddenly part, and you're not sure exactly what's happening at first, because it's just it's a face-sized golden sun with like a weird ornate carving of a face, and little curly things going out, and like, oh, like it's a weird ornament hanging there. But after the initial shock, this goes like that, and it's clear that it's someone wearing a
Did
giant
we
golden
not
sun
wear
mask.
to masquerade?
And then it kind of like goes like that, and then turns, and you can see the side of his head, but not very well. The curtains close again, and you hear some commotion inside. Great.
Did I get to voyeur it all? Can I?
I don't.
Doesn't
think
feel
you
like it's
did,
very
no.
satisfying voyeuring.
Yeah. I think that's the instead of taking a condition, there's not any voyeuring happening.
Boo.
That's fair.
Let's do the second unseen.
Oh, right.
Oh, I have an idea for this one. I saw this one.
Yeah, go for it.
Unless Gareth really wants to.
Take it away.
Let me get back over there. This is the ones where the two ladies hate each other.
Yep.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
Mrs. Taylor and Mrs. Davenport hate one another. How do they subtly lash out over the course of dinner without drawing attention or causing a scene? And they are unable to directly express their hate. So at first, and so Mrs. Taylor is the host, Mrs. Davenport is the visitor, Mrs. Taylor is new money, Mrs. Davenport's old money. So Mrs. Davenport originally is complimenting things about the room, and Mrs. Taylor, things that are like not actually that she can kind of notice in that same way of that Peter was describing with the words,
Walking sticks.
but so the sticky walk thing.
Sticky walk birds.
Sticky walk birds. So she's like, oh, what a nice, and would like point to like, oh, what a nice candelabra. And is like, obviously it's not quite as nice as we know that Miss Davenport has. But then Mrs. Taylor responds by just giving it to her.
The candelabra.
Yeah. and so it then begins this kind of potlatch ceremony where they have to keep and then so they keep complimenting one another, and then oh no, not in the same way, because they're at Miss Taylor's house. So Miss Davenport catches on that the bluff is being called. So then she starts complimenting more and more expensive items. And pretty soon, Miss Taylor has given away a lot of things to not back down this woman that she hates.
I love it.
Yeah, just a weird, elaborate ceremony of destroying gifts.
I love your children.
Please take them.
You
Please take them.
You can have Barry.
Great. Back at the house of ill repute, Gareth, it's been a little bit, maybe not an hour, but it's hard to tell. And you were just kind of like hanging out in the waiting room. What are you doing to kind of like idly occupy yourself in there?
I mean, I feel like, for efficiency's sake, it might be time for a dark ritual.
Oh,
In a
shit.
private room.
For
I got
efficiency's
ritual
sake.
shit I need to do. I can't wait for this woman all night long.
Gotta multitask.
Get some highlights magazines. Yeah. Tell me about your ritual.
I figure, go find what seems to be like I guess I could ask Blake, like tell him I need a private room
Of
where
course,
I won't be bothered.
The room upstairs where you met with Toby earlier is still unusable, if that works.
Oh, well, fine. Yes, usable for my purposes.
Just got demon sludge all over the wall.
Yeah.
Tell Violet, if she becomes available before I'm finished, to wait in the parlor, and I will get with her as soon as I'm done.
All right. I can lead you up there and kind of lingers a little bit expectantly to see if you need anything. And if you ignore him, he just kind of like backs away and closes the door.
Thank you, Blake.
Tell me about the ritual.
I gotta remember seeing effects. Well, I do have my. No, I don't need to use that though, because Desecrated Bible. That's one of those things where, like, if I move it, I check it off, and if I use it, I check it off, and it's gone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I need a Christian ritual to pervert. I think we will
do communion.
Didn't I? I thought I did that one the first time, didn't I?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, it's just a classic.
All right.
I love it.
I think maybe instead of the crucifixion, we will draw a cross, an upside down cross-shaped chalk figure on the floor. Where I will then strip nude and lay on said cross upside down with my head at the bottom and then my legs spread to either arm. And then get out my ritual kit, whatever ingredients I need to summon. I don't know how specific. My purpose is I want to see if I can get the entities around Hargrave. I mean, I don't know if they localize, but I want to try to clear out the dark entities from Hargrave House for the evening. So,
Okay.
basically keep Hargrave House clear of darkness until tomorrow night.
All right.
I want it clear for an evening.
Okay. Cool. Are you using anything to bump it up?
You know what?
I've
Let's
got
go
your
ahead and use
Bible.
that desecrated Bible. I mean,
Okay, cool.
we all tend to be too stingy with our stuff. I'm trying to
Yeah, use it or
I'm
lose
trying to be
it.
the
Yeah.
opposite and be careless with my stuff now.
Smoke them if you got them.
Exactly.
Cool. So that'll be 3 dice. Take the top 2 and add 2 for sensitivity.
Saved rolls. 3d6. Do that part first. Hey, that's not bad. 9 plus 3. Is that what we said? What's my sensitivity?
Your sensitivity is 2, I think.
2. Yeah. So 9 plus 2.
2 is 11. Yeah, right there.
That's what we're doing. Yeah.
It did it for you.
It did.
Cool. That is a solid hit. Your
Yeah.
ritual works without further cost. And so the effect, you're trying to basically banish spirits from Hargrave.
Yes.
Cool. Great. Tell me what it looks like when the ritual does its thing.
I feel like since I'm not targeting a specific entity this time, just sort of the walls of the room sort of fade into a misty blackness where you can sort of misty black clouds that sort of are constantly forming and unforming in various entities. So it's kind of like it's kind of like a Star Trek open hail to dark entities. And I broadcast a message of, I'm sure you all know me. We all often work in concert. I want Hargrave House to be a sanctuary. It is my sanctuary and the sanctuary of a spirit named Ava Not Willoughby.
Ava Rosecroft.
No Rosecroft.
Willoughby.
I want it to be a sanctuary for me and a sanctuary for her. Therefore, dark spirits, you're not welcome there. You know that, again, I do what I can to help you. You help me, we help each other. I do not invade your sanctuaries, and I am now declaring that mine that shall not be invaded, and it will be a place of peace for Ava.
Nice. And what would you like the entities to be occupied with instead? Because they're doing stuff. They're just not gonna be doing that.
There's a party going on.
Yes, I was like, well,
Do they have their little fun park?
Yeah.
we were set?
I mean, you can tell them literally just hang out and do stuff elsewhere, or if you have a specific thing you want them to do, that's cool too.
I want to resolve this damn St. James Street ghost. So I want something to do with that. Let's see, how can we get to
Yeah, make them collect clues.
exactly?
You are all detectives now. Go.
It's like I think there's a dark entity at St. James Street who would probably be very good company for you all. But for that to happen, I must get it to pass on from its anchor to this world. So any assistance you might be able to pose there would help us free it, actually, if you want to look at it that way. Not destroy it, not bad, but free it from that place so that it may join you in the netherworld to roam and do dark spirity things. But first, we have not quite deciphered how to get it to pass on to the next world. So any assistance there would be much appreciated.
Cool. I think since you got an 11, I'm gonna give you a not a hunt roll. What is it? It's a information move there. So yeah, roll 2 dice plus your sensitivity and see. Let's see what happens.
Sensitivity. Bam, bam. Here we go. It's a 7, a total 7.
Total of 7. Okay.
So
Ooh.
could be worse. Could be raining.
Could be raining. Great. So yeah, you send them off, and I'll have them come back with a thing. Clue, St. James. And I think you feel there's a little bit of peace as they kind of the cloud kind of lifts from the room and they vanish from your sight, and you can kind of feel them. And which part of the cross is pointing towards the door of the room?
I feel like that would be the head of the cross pointing towards the door if it was
Amazing.
upside down.
Yeah. So is that where your head is, or your feet there?
No, that's where my head would be at the opposite end of the cross, and my legs are spread to either end of the T. So really, my taint is pointing at the door.
Excellent. So I think the complication of that move there is yeah.
Do I have a cursed taint now?
As your vision kind of like focuses back on the room, you hear this like thump.
I mean, what taint
right,
isn't cursed?
Right between your legs, right around the taint area, and your vision kind of snaps back, and Violet is standing there, and she's got a big cane with a carved wooden handle, and she has like pounded it in the ground right between your legs.
Echo in the night.
And she's like, "What do you think you're doing? Put some clothes on. We have business to talk about."
I was conducting business. I told
Party time.
Blake to have you wait in the parlor till I was finished.
Yeah, she doesn't wait. Back at the party. So there was a sun mask in the window. Boop, back. You hear bustling
Sure, it's
about
nothing.
inside. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I feel like Paloma gives up on the window and finally gives in to Francis wanting to go to the party.
Sorry, I'm getting my webcam turned on again. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
sure
you
that
know what you like.
Through an elaborate erotic ritual.
I know, I gotta find some guts.
I may need to switch computers here. But yeah, I think Francis wants to stride right in through the front door.
Okay. I think
Embarrassed though he is,
yeah.
it's like there are some things that are de rigueur for his attending a party.
Yeah.
I think as you you go to open the front door, and as you reach for it, the door opens of its own accord, and in the doorway with both hands on the doors is which one of you knows Bert, the one who sent the photos? He's the what is he? He is.
What does he
maybe
do?
an actor? Yeah. Oh yeah,
If
he's
he's
an
an-
actor.
If he's an actor, probably Francis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, Francis probably knows who this actor.
And he like looks surprised, and he says, "Where's the woman?" And just looks around like, "Oh, of course." This is Bert Broadswell. He has a lantern jaw and fulsome eyelashes, a trim physique, and he's like very, very handsome, but also like looks. It looks like he had just dropped a mask of his, like not a mask, but like he's been like, "Hey, I'm at a party," and then he went to go to the door. He's like, "Okay,
Oh,
God, everything's terrible."
We're
Francis.
here.
Francis, you came. I'm so glad. Please come in. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar. You are. And he puts his hand out
Dr.
to Paloma.
Sappy.
I'm
Dr.
gonna
Sappy.
switch webcams, or I'm
Okay,
gonna,
cool.
It
Yeah.
will just take a second.
There's no rush.
Of course.
We don't have to barrel through.
Oh,
Mark.
I have
Okay,
so many
make your
things to
webcam
read.
switching roll.
Be real to
Gonna
fun.
be what stat is that gonna be?
What are you afraid could happen?
Yeah. The next webcam is worse.
The internet explodes.
Sounds like a reason roll, probably, maybe.
Yes, that's what
mine
I'm gonna do.
keeps-
I'm gonna be reasonable. Let me
Mine
think
keeps
about this.
drooping down too. No, come back up. No, stay. It's just like slowly falling backwards.
He's
That's
sleepy.
it's a damn
He
shame.
needs a nap.
Okay.
You need some webcam reinforcement.
He needs an app. I need a new webcam. That's what I need. This one is fine.
I've gotten mine where it will hang on the back of the
Yeah.
laptop. That's all it will do.
Because I can't do anything by halves, I have a lovely like $200 fucking webcam, which is okay. Which is does the job. Pretty cool.
Ooh, we got an extra Peter.
Whoa,
Ooh.
Jimi Hendrix action.
Doo-doo,
So now we have a Francis Quinn and a Peter.
doo-doo.
This is-
Echo in the
oh,
night.
Oh, because Echo, right?
Echo, what time
I'm
is
gonna
it?
set up Bluetooth on this.
all the Bluetooth.
Keeping it nice and moist in the room.
Yay.
For Francis's complexion.
Humidifier is the first ingredient to an over-the-top erotic ritual.
Yes.
Got to keep things moist.
Hang on, I'm having trouble getting the audio
Yeah, no worries.
to come through the right thing.
Yeah, no rush. We'll just keep cracking jokes for our crowd.
Boo-boo-boo-boo-boo. I haven't looked at chat. Speaking
Oh,
of,
good fun.
I
Hey,
don't
Peter
think there's
talked
been
and
anything
Nicole
for
talked.
Peter.
not me.
Yeah, Peter's been keeping it lively.
Keeping it lit.
Heard. Oh shit. Okay.
You lose connection to the dice roller too.
Hmm.
That is.
There we go. Okay.
Shoo-ba-doo-ba-doo-doo, shoo-ba-doo.
Okay, I got the audio sorted. Now let's see. Can I choose a virtual background?
Hey, Make Ever Media is here. Woo!
Yeah, it was Mike.
Yeah, it's Mike, I think.
It is Mike.
And backdrops.
Doodle-doodle-doodle-doodle. I guess I could save custom roll. I could also do every stat with advantage and with disadvantage, and then have all the saved rolls.
Definitely could
'Cause that's
until
the
one of
way-
your attributes changes.
And then you got to. Then you can edit them though. You don't have to redo
Yeah.
them. So that's something.
Nope.
Still no way to do the keep highest or keep lowest though.
I did find the guy who does this, who it turns out I'm mutuals with on the internets. And the code for that site is on GitHub and it's open. So if
nice.
one of us gets Sparky and wants to add stuff to it, we could submit a patch and maybe make that happen.
Patch to what?
To the dice roller. To
Okay. Cool.
it's I looked through the code a little bit. It doesn't look too hard. There's like some parsing happening for the roller, and then it just does some math. So it seems like it would be something.
Was I
that we could
talking with y'all about how I'm on a committee that's hiring somebody for UT, and there was one guy who was doing Twitch research,
Oh yeah.
and apparently it's based on IRC.
Huh.
He's like, oh yeah, let's just use IRC code, and we could
Yeah.
play with experimental moderation of like how to keep trolls out of different chat rooms. It was-
Yeah. It is like literally just IRC.
Just
There's not a
IRC.
whole lot on top of it.
I remember those
I know that.
days.
Yeah,
Thought it was
so
the
many
coolest thing ever. It's like IRC's
good
amazing.
thoughts.
IRC squeaks.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time on IRC in college. We had a bot that would hang out on the channel and it would parse everything that you said. And if you used, if you typed something that had is or are in it, it would save the key value pair in a database. So then you can ask it like what something is, and it would say like, oh, this is that, whatever the last thing someone said it was. Ernest was the name of the bot. It was really good. It was a good bot, good little bot. I still have his database somewhere. All right.
Okay, I think-
Feeling good now?
Yeah, I still need to rename myself, but other than that, I think I'm good. It's just been
Hey,
Yeah,
Fictive
no
Fun has
rush.
joined the chat.
Yay!
It's our friend.
We just played a game together this weekend.
There
or
we
last
Get
go.
week.
out.
Oh, you played?
We were Night Aspirants.
Oh, okay.
Night aspirins.
Yeah, that's what
Night
you take for
aspirin.
a chivalrous headache. Yeah.
Yeah.
Way more dangerous than day aspirin.
That's right. What's the worst thing you can
What's
happen
the
with this
worst
aspirin?
freaking- Liver
It'll make my
damage.
headache worse? Oh, it's
It
worse than
was.
that.
It was one of those games. Cool. How much did you catch before you left? How much should I recap?
Yeah, where were we? We were just about to have a cat and a laptop.
We popped in the doorway. Francis is recognized by Bloody
Bert.
Bloody Face.
Bert
Bert.
Broadwell.
Oh yeah, what were the details about Bert's face?
Bert has a lantern jaw and fulsome eyelashes.
Oh
and a
yeah, and he was
trim physique.
suddenly he was
How is
asking
his
about
taint?
It's
your
Haunted.
taint is haunted.
powdered. It's powdered.
Powdered
But he's
and
very
haunted.
distraught about Penelope's disappearance.
Wait, who's Penelope again?
Penelope is the woman who disappeared
Actress.
because of the camera, and that's why. We're
Oh, because of camera,
investigating
right?
this
The camera. I remember that. So much to keep track of in my brain.
I know there's so much. So he introduced himself to Dr. Safby and ushers you both inside. Oh boy, the inside of this house is elaborate. The entryway is unusual for so it's kind of like a lodge or clubhouse architecture on the inside, and it's got sort of like the stairs that go up and side rooms. It's not entirely unlike Hargrave House necessarily, just a little bit more over the top, and maybe
Francis
more
is part of Hargrave House.
yeah, and maybe in a more of a performative way than a like this is how we actually are. They're trying to seem that way. And Paloma, what do you notice in the entryway that is clearly telling you like these people are decorating this house so as to put on some kind of appearance?
Oh my gosh. I'm just remembering the guy who owns Papa John's house.
Yeah.
And I think Paloma noted like they've got the big giant statue of two eagles like
Mhm.
copulating in the air, and Paloma's like compliments it, but is like, you do know that they don't actually in the air. But I do want to. I'm trying for an echo of the night also of like compliment.
Yeah, I want them
Yeah.
to try to give you the statue.
I want
now.
to try to get the statue.
Or they have a little like handheld version of
Oh
it.
no, it's a giant one, and
Yeah.
Oh no, I
as you-
understand that it is, but I thought they
Oh, yeah,
might
yeah.
have like a little gift shop.
Yeah, maybe
version.
Paloma
Souvenir
is
version of it.
complimenting them on the but like the anatomical accuracy is phenomenal. It's amazing. I'm just wondering about the behavioral.
and I think
I've
as
never
you're-
known them to do that.
as
usually
you're,
on the
as you're
ground.
complimenting it out loud, a man kind of like not stumbles, but kind of like as if he was joking around with someone in another room and kind of like bursts into the room, and he like kind of looks at you and hears that. He's like, "Oh, would you like it? We can have it shipped to your house." And he is boy, this guy.
Yeah, now we've got eagles, guys. Sorry.
kind of trainer. He is wearing a form-fitting white bodysuit, tight in all the right places, and it's got like silver cords wrapped around the
I want
arms,
to see
like
this
neck.
rivalry with Francis.
And like he kind of like dressed like a weird spaceman kind of.
Yeah.
And he's like clearly not in like he is like talking to you, but he's not looking at you. He's kind of like staring off into the distance and acknowledges you for a moment, and then
Lithia,
comes back
very
up.
good stuff.
and Bert kind of looks at him and kind of like, okay, here we go.
And Francis, I mean, immediately eyebrows are up and like, who is this gentleman?
I think Francis probably knows him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
His name
Probably
is
already one of your followers.
I don't know if you've met him, but you know his name is Cyrus, and he's a bit well known in society as being an oddball of some sort.
Yes. All right. Now we can talk.
Yeah, I think Francis immediately introduces himself. Like, Cyrus, I've heard so much. What is this? This is delightful.
You wouldn't have and he's got like looking like just past your shoulder as he's talking to you. He's like, "Oh, is your name Francis by any chance?"
Yeah, I think Francis produces a business card and hands it over.
He kind of takes it absentmindedly and throws it over his shoulder. Fantastic to meet you, Cyrus Abernathy. I assume that Bert has invited you to our little soiree here. Fantastic. It's always amazing to have new members or prospective members. If you'd like to take a look around, please help yourself.
Please tell me all about the hazing. You have a particular, and he's ignoring Dr. Sappy altogether after the comment about the Eagles. He's like, do you have a particular interest in photography? I would say, and I think he's just going to be honest here. He's like, our interest is the supernatural.
Oh, the supernatural, the metaphysical. I'm very well familiar with the metaphysical. Yes. Tell me, besides our love, and Bert is kind of shrinking back into the bush, kind of in the
backing into a hedge.
Yeah. Aside from our mutual acquaintance, what in particular brings you to our celebration here?
I'm afraid it is a matter that's very secretive, and gesturing him over.
Oh, secrets. I can't wait to hear.
We are investigating the matter of the Wheatley camera.
Oh. Did Bert give it away?
That it makes people, looks around, disappear.
And when oh boy, what are you afraid might happen if he takes this the wrong way?
Kiss.
Francis has no fears in the matter.
Yeah.
But as a player, I'm worried that we get thrown out of the party because no one is supposed to know about the camera, and I get Bert in trouble.
I think it's even worse than that.
Always.
You are forced to stay.
Oh.
And probably not in a manner that you intended.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Would you like to go through with your questioning?
Oh yeah.
Cool. I think this is. Well, are you embarrassed about this?
I forget what I was embarrassed about.
Being beaten by a child, or you beat a child.
You beat a child, and other people looked unkindly upon you.
In a foot race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that's good. I don't think that enters into this right now.
Okay.
I feel like Francis has a short memory as well.
Let's go ahead and just do a night roll with presence then. So,
all right. 1 second. Okay, so 2 dice plus 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 1 second. I gotta after we get to the asking about the camera. And then I'll roll that. That is a 5 plus 3. Oh man.
Ooh, okay, that is an 8. So what was your intention, I guess, with the line of questioning?
I think just to hear any information that Cyrus might know about this or leads for people to talk to.
Yeah.
Although really, I don't think Francis had much intention in that. I think he was just excited.
Yeah.
I'm at a party. I met a cool person. I'm going to talk about the cool thing that's going on.
And I think when you ask the question, his gaze falls on your eyes and kind of locks you intensely in them. And
then they lean forward towards each other.
Yeah, and like as he leans forward, he his voice drops and he says, I like to imagine a photograph is like a little pocket dimension, a tiny world parallel to your own. You do believe in parallel worlds,
don't you? I believe in parallel worlds, parallel threads in time. For example, the primordial past of this world, the time before there was light, is still with us. It floats alongside us, and someday it may call out to us. Do you feel that call? And
I feel
before you
like the
answer,
only thing
takes your
happening
arm
in
and-
Francis's head there was like, oh, not kissing. Okay.
before
Sorry,
you
can you repeat what
answer,
you said?
before you answer or react, he takes your arm and just like hustles you off to another room and leaves Paloma and Bert there kind of awkwardly looking at an eagle statue.
Yeah, we're still looking at the eagle.
Eagerly. Great, let's do another unseen. I think it is
Garrett's turn.
Yeah,
Hmm.
number 3.
Okay, there it is. Maud and the Davenport's son Alexander both chafe under the expectations of their parents. As the meal draws to a close, how do we see this expressed in their conversation or petty acts of rebellion? Remind me, Maud, is that the
That's the piano playing daughter
of
the
the
Taylors.
Taylors? Yeah. Okay. I feel like the competition between the mothers has also extended to correcting their children.
Mm.
As you know, it's almost becoming like, because that's how you probably parent when you're a proper mother. So, you know, Mrs. Davenport will be like, Alexander, you, is that his name? Yes, Alexander, you know, don't touch that fork until the next course. And then soon after that, Mrs. Taylor would feel the need to correct her daughter on something really, Maud, you know, stop looking at the piano, be present with us here, and you will have time to play later. And so it's kind of an escalating
Peter is a cat now.
of chiding and correcting. And so I feel like the children somewhat bond over that and almost start in not in the same way that the mothers do this in an antagonistic way. I feel like the children have a bit of a competition, but in a bonding kind of way with each other, of like sort of who can be the most passively rebellious without it crossing a line.
Nice.
And like, how much can they get away with
Before their mother kills them out.
Right. And they're sort of each amusing each other, though. It's not a hostile competition. It's more like, yeah, you get it. Yes, I get it. Me too. We're both under the thumb.
What kind of things are they doing?
So I feel like, you know, things like Alexander purposely takes a biscuit with his offhand.
What?
Which causes him, he has to reach like over the gravy boat. And it's like, that's just, you don't do that. You don't reach over. Things can drop into the gravy boat if you do that. And
Disown the child.
and then I feel that Maud, you know, will start to chew and smack a bit with her mouth open. But as soon as like a head snaps her way, she's chewing very properly with her mouth closed. And as soon as the eyes avert again,
Amazing. I love it.
This is so flirty. I love it. Flirty and fun episode.
I want to go back to Dr. Sappy and Bert in the entryway. So you've been left alone at this weird fucking house. What's Paloma doing?
I think Paloma. So Bert is the guy. We know that Bert owns this camera.
Bert is a
told us
member
about
of
it.
the society. He's the one. His girlfriend was Penelope. She disappeared, and he believes it's because of the camera.
Okay. I think Paloma wants to see if there exists a manual for the camera. I've learned my lesson. I'm not talking to any more humans. So I think Paloma's like, does her best to offer condolences, and it's like, as I know when you lose someone, there's nothing really anyone else can say. And then there's just a really long pause.
Yeah, and he is affected by this, and he like looks serious and is quiet for a bit.
Yeah, so they just both kind of stand in thoughtfulness for a while, rather than like, Paloma doesn't really offer like any fake stuff, but is like just there.
Yeah, he says,
and you can kind of tell Paloma's also been through that.
yeah. I think after a long moment, he asks you, so you've lost someone as well?
Yes, and it's hard not to hold out hope that I might see them one day again, if you know what I mean.
I'm afraid I hold no hope like that for my Penelope. She was
Body.
She was radiant. Her light is gone from the world. She's gone without a trace. She was never more than a dream, almost. Like her memory almost is fading from me, but only from my mind, not from my heart. Did
Heart forgets
yours
last.
disappear as well?
Yeah.
No trace?
It's as if I have to find the traces sometimes.
I understand that.
Sometimes we have to make our own traces. And like you said, the heart does forget last after all of the other memories are gone. The heart still remembers.
I understand that's somewhat in line with your profession, so I wish you luck. And I don't know that I can ever find Penelope again, but I can only hope that you'll prevent others from knowing this loss as well.
That is the ultimate goal, and I'm just curious. I'm sure you've already tried everything you could, Bert. Sorry, Mr. What's the last name?
Broadswell.
Broadswell. Sorry, Mr. Broadswell. May I call you Bert?
Of course. May I call you Paloma?
Certainly. There isn't a, lack of a better word, manual for this machine, is there?
And he kind
have
of
to
leans
say
in.
I understand those better than I would any of these camera operators. If you
Yeah, he
kind of points over at the spaceman a little.
when you start talking about the camera, he like looks a little bit more worried and starts looking around and kind of comes in closer. There's no manual. It's it is a thing of a mystery, and I know that sounds dramatic, and pardon me if it does, but the operations of it are unnatural, unknown.
Paloma gets like a little too close to him and is like, my dear Bert, you would think that some things are a mystery, but I assure you, things are no more than the sum of their parts. I wonder what the parts of this camera are. I bet we could reverse engineer what's happened.
Well, you would have to speak to Ms. Abernathy about that. She keeps it quite secure. She's very jealously guards it, but she is about somewhere. I wouldn't be surprised if someone else was being photographed at this moment, and people have been photographed safely by it. Not everyone disappears, but I can't imagine that Penelope would be the last.
Do you think there was something different about Penelope or about how she was photographed that
she just posed as a model, as a novelty. I disagreed with her decision to model for the society. They're decadent and lecherous, and they're
Francis will love them.
awful people, and I regret my association with them even more so now that I've led someone astray, and I hope that you don't fall into the same. I'm sure Penelope made her own decision, and I'm sure you can make your own as well. Is there any way I can help?
I have to admit that I agree, and I do not wish to fall into this company, but I do wish to see this camera and perhaps dissect it. If you would like to be a part of that, it sounds like you have no wish to keep this company. I'm trying to get him to try to trick him into helping me steal it.
Yeah.
But that's not logical.
Yeah, I think that's great. What are you afraid will happen if it goes wrong?
Oh my gosh, what kind of item do I have? Can I give him my bloody? I'm gonna give him my bloody rag.
Yikes!
Okay, maybe not. I'll just hold the bone saw up to his neck.
Look, motherfucker.
Look, motherfucker, we need to.
The worst thing that can happen is if you don't give me what I want.
Then blood will spill.
Oh, you have the locket.
I know. I'm wondering about this locket.
You could kind of like show it to him as you're invigorating him
Yeah,
to-
I want to. Maybe I press the locket into his palm, and I say, sometimes we are left with a trace, and it helps us hold out hope.
So
I'm
what are you
wondering
afraid
if we
will
could-
go wrong here?
What am I afraid? I'm afraid. So I'm trying to convince him to help me get it in some way. I'm afraid that he will tell people that I'm doing that. They'll turn on me and be like, Paloma wants to steal the camera. Or take it apart. It's not just that I want it, it's that I'm gonna
Take it
I'm gonna
apart.
take it apart.
Yeah.
Is this my way?
And-
I'm a doctor.
I think it's worse than that.
Oh, really?
And I think not only would he reveal you to the others, but once he gets you in a safe position, it'll be revealed that he is also not as innocent as he is pretending to be.
Yeah.
Would you like to roll your presence with advantage because of your locket?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna mark my locket. I saw Gareth was using his items, so I thought it would be fun. Yes, I would like to roll with advantage.
All right.
Remind me what that means.
That's 3 dice, and then you take the top 2.
Yeah. And a heist.
That is a 9. That is
Yes,
a good
heist,
thing.
heist,
That will
heist,
happen.
heist.
Interesting. Yeah, I think Bert kind of like he takes the locket and opens it, and what was inside of it?
I'm trying to figure out, like, I'm trying retrofitting this. I'm wondering if it isn't, it maybe is her Penelope's locket,
Oh,
or it is like a generic locket that like that she also had one like.
I thought it was
a locket with a picture of your lost child in it.
Yeah, I think it was originally. I was just like, what would be creepier is to have his locket. Yeah, maybe it's my lost child. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he opens it up as like it like definitely starts to tear up, and he's doing his best acting to appear more together. And he clasps it and then like clasps it back in your hand, and says, I can introduce you to Miss Abernathy. She's not someone that a person like herself would want to know. She's about, I'm sure, occupied, but I've kept some of Penelope's effects here at the house. You're welcome to look through them for anything that might aid you.
Oh, thank you.
And he's like, there's a behind the staircase, there are a couple like the servants come through there. There's like a little coat room, and he sort of gestures you towards the coat, like there and there. They're discreetly labeled. Let me show you. And as he's taking you over there, a boy, I guess, probably, an older boy, teenager for sure. Let's say 18.
Kicks me in the shins.
He has a plate of drinks, and he's wearing a very weird and revealing costume. What do you think it is?
What do I think it is? Oh gosh, I don't want this to be happening. No.
Could it
There's
be a
not-
Roman themed thing?
Yeah, definitely. He's a little Roman
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah, there you go.
And he's got the little gold crown with laurels.
There's not a theme. It just sounds like everybody's picked.
Yeah, but it's just like Burning Man in here. And he like it was like in a very short toga that is open to the navel. And as Bert is leading you away, he kind of like drifts up behind him and sort of takes him gingerly by the wrist and says, "Mr. Broadswell, Miss Abernathy requests your presence," and sort of takes him and leads him up the stairs. And Bert's like, no, just go in there. Okay, you're good. He is a little bit horrified, I think, being summoned. Speaking of horrified to be summoned, Gareth.
Yes, like nothing about that sounds like Francis's storyline.
Could we also take a break?
Yeah, let's take a break before we get into Francis. We've been at for a little bit. Cool.
Break time.
5 or 10? What do you like?
I'm gonna nuke some food.
Yeah, I could
Let's
do
do-
a snack.
Let's say 10.
Yeah, I'd like
Cool.
a food.
See you in a bit.
We'll be back.
Back in
0
10.
and 10.
Hey, it's everybody.
Okay,
Hey.
we'll see how my
Computer
computer
back?
fares this time. It seems to be working. I don't know. I've also ordered a replacement for the USB switcher that's probably causing the problem,
Nice.
but might be okay for now. We'll see. And if it fails, I've got my laptop over here and I can just flip onto that.
So let's see, we were at, I think the dice roller was quitting out because I think I had a VPN on in the background. And this dice roller doesn't like that. So turn it off and we're all good. And now anyone who wants to hack or me can do it.
Your move, internet.
Cool. So we are at the ritual room at the, did we decide if the place had a name or is it just like the place you go to?
It's going to have a name now.
All right.
It's going to be called the Crow's Nest.
So we will call it that informally for now. The ritual room in the Crow's Nest. You are nude, legs spread with violence. Has stomped her fancy cane on the floor in between your legs. Not super close to your stuff, but she's it's as if she's giving you a warning, and then she verbally gives you a warning. She's like, I just talked. Blake just took me away from doing books, and he says that you told him he could walk away anytime. What has gotten into your fucking head?
I believe we've established it. I'm the new Toby.
Oh yeah, that means you take care of problems, not cause them.
Well, that means we're doing things my way now. And my way is
and if
not
your
Toby's
way
way.
includes no money coming in and starving, then I don't think I like your new way very much, and you can go home.
Well, then you can find another place to work if you don't like
Whoa.
my way.
Excuse me, this is my house.
Not anymore.
Kiss,
Oh.
kiss.
Is that true? And she like stomps her cane on the floor again, a little bit closer to your goods.
I feel like that's that point where I notice off to my left where Toby met his demise. Was Toby's walking stick that I never really took note of before because it's in his hand, but it's on the floor where he was consumed, and his fancy handle is of a crow. I'm like, destiny. So I feel like
Love a shot.
this is I'm gonna try a fancy move that I'm sure I'm probably gonna fail because I fail all my moves. I always
Let's
fail.
see what the dice have in store.
Well, I kind of like
it.
gonna be really.
Misery.
I'm gonna like grab it and like, God, knock her stick out of the way and
Stick fight.
swoop in as I like jump to my feet and take charge as the new owner of the Crow's Nest.
Amazing. So let's see, your vitality is
It's a big zero.
Okay, cool.
Yes, yes.
So I think that what are you afraid will happen if that doesn't work out for you?
That it will just be a clumsy maneuver that does not succeed and therefore does not get me the power position I want in this conversation. Just makes me look like a fool.
Yeah, and not only that, but it's worse because she will not only dodge or block your blow, but she will rain blows down on your poor little body with her ebony walking stick.
What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
No.
And yeah, I'm not going to make you roll with disadvantage. I think she's mad enough to give you a little chance to get up.
I
So
don't really
go
think
ahead and
just-
two dice
don't really
straight
think
up.
I have anything that can help me in any way, right?
You have masks.
Yeah, that's an after the fact.
You.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's see what happens. Vitality. It's going to be a great roll. It's going to be awesome. A 9. So
A
there.
9. Cool. So you achieve your goal, which was to to roll over. Well, tell me what it looks like when you grab the stick and knock her.
So I'm laying there, and basically, it's like in one quick move, I'm like, whoa, grab the stick, knock her stick out of the way, and then kind of do a little tumbling move where I'm up on my feet with my stick pointed at her.
Superhero landing.
Yeah.
Great. So you knocked her stick away, and I think as you're like rolling around, she surprisingly nimble, kind of drops to the floor and rolls back away from you. So she's a bit away, and kind of like takes a weird little stance with her cane as well. And she like looks you up and down for a moment and puts her cane back on the floor. And says, "You're full of surprises, aren't you?
I am.
Imagine you get some help from your little friends, though." But
No little
maybe-
friends helping me right now, but occasionally I can get help from my friends when I need. Yes.
You ever get help from this? Then she out of her corset pulls a little powder puff. It seems like a special little thing, and she kind of like puffs glitter on herself.
Oh, you're not very smart using a powder puff. You don't know where it's been or where it came from.
Oh, I know where it's been, love. And she stuffs it back in her. Looks like we need to come to some sort of arrangement since we are equally matched, let's say. What do you propose?
You obviously are good at your job, or you wouldn't have the position you have. I just want you to be open to new ways of doing things.
Oh,
My ways will not be the old ways, but I can promise you this. I do have the resources and the abilities to bring services here that no one else can possibly render. We will have an exclusive monopoly on that.
So you're proposing on bringing in a higher class clientele, maybe training up the ladies and gentlemen to service them in a different way? Or are you throwing them out on the street as well?
This place will be a place of employment strictly voluntarily. For those who want to be somewhere, they advise you their loyalty. We are all going to be as one now. It is not going to be an oppressive regime. There's not going to be masters and slaves and tiers of who's better than who and who's taking advantage of who and who is barely being given enough to get by. This place will see untold profits, and they will all be shared amongst us all evenly, with, of course, a small percentage going away for the maintenance and the care of the facilities. There's operating costs that must obviously be taken care of that will be shared equally by everyone involved. And I can tell you this, the prices we will be charging for the services we will be offering will be untouchable.
Untouchable or unaffordable?
Well, both. I mean, every service is unaffordable by someone. Point is, even with this new distribution of wealth model, you'll be making far more than you ever made under Toby.
First off, you seem to be giving a lot of order for someone who wants to be egalitarian around here. Second, Toby never ran the place. Toby made sure no one got out of line. I run the place.
Well, if you want the services I'm offering, then we will run the place.
You don't seem like you have much of a head for business. What's your schooling?
No, you are correct. I'm not much interested in the business portion. I figured that's the worth that you bring to the table.
And so let me get this straight. You call the shots, you tell us what to do, you bring your special services, and if we choose to hang around, we do what you say.
Not exact. I mean, somewhat. I don't want to, I will not be making many demands and telling people what to do. That only extends as far as really the basic tenets of this new business model. Those being, there will be no violence against employees. There will be no, I want everyone who is here to be here because they want to be here and because it's a line of work that they enjoy personally and like doing. I don't want anyone here because they've been coerced, threatened, or otherwise made to work by having something over them or any other untoward methods such as those.
We're getting
I
rid
think
of poverty.
As you're saying this, she's kind of like walking casually towards you, and I'm just looking at your picture. She like as you kind of wind down or build up, she like gently takes one of your hands in hers and starts stroking it a little bit, and says, "Where'd you work?"
Where do I work?
Or where have you worked? Either. How familiar are you with working? Do you think anyone who works wants to be there? That's why they call it work, love. You don't get paid to do something that you enjoy. That's the nature of the world. And she drops your hand. Maybe
Some
someone who's
do.
dressed like you, your fancy hat and your weird waistcoat. Someone like you lives in a fancy house. Hargrave, I know it well. You don't know the realities of what it's like to work for a living. So don't go preaching to those who have put their blood, sweat, and tears into scratching by.
I will preach to those who see but a small percentage of the world. You don't know what I've seen. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know the darkness attached to my soul. The darkness that I make bargains with, each one eating a tiny piece of my soul, walking a fine balance every day of trying to keep my own sanity while navigating the darkness. I've seen things you can't even imagine, and I can bring those things here, and they can either be friends to you or they can be foes to you, and it is your choice.
Oh, no violence then. All right. Let's make a presence roll. What is your desired outcome here?
To convey that I know what I'm basically to convey. Yeah, I mean, presence is because to convey power and gravitas, and like I know far more than this person who's just been running a shitty brothel. We're aiming for much higher things.
Awesome. What do you think is going to go wrong if this doesn't work out for you?
That she will most definitely not be on board with my plan, and probably, I imagine probably has, more sway with the current employees since they know her and they've all been working here. And so it's like, she could probably easily be, like, fuck this wanker.
Yeah, I think it's even worse than that, because not only does she have sway with the employees, but she may have sway with other entities as well.
True, very true.
Let's make that presence roll. 2 dice plus 1.
Hey, at least I get a +1, so that's something. How about a 10?
10, nice. That nails it. Cool. So yeah, she. So what was the last thing that you said?
I don't know. Actually, I was
Talking
railing about
Yeah.
she knows nothing from what I've seen and experienced.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think she's impressed with your little display, and kind of like tucks you over her shoulder as she walks to the door and says, All right, you talk a good game. Tell you what, you not only have Toby's old job, which is to keep things in line and take care of problems when they arise and nothing else, but you're also in charge of the entertainment now. I'll run the books. You make whatever changes you wanted to make around here, and we'll see how it works out.
Time for a circus.
Time for an over-the-top erotic experience.
Yeah, there we go. Enter Francis Quinn.
That's right. I know people. I know people who can make that happen.
Yeah, and I think as she walks out the door, she kind of like throws back a little wink and says, and mind when your friends come, clean up after themselves. He looks over at where Toby was and exits the scene.
Demon jizz.
Cool.
Hello, we're Demon Jizz. We just need a suggestion.
Never mind. We don't need a suggestion.
We just need a suggestion for a Christian ritual to pervert.
We just do an invocation.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you know that.
You
true name would
know.
be Chicago style.
Chicago style.
Peter, can I have you just pick a number 1 through 5?
Yeah.
We have
4.
dice, Mark.
Yeah, but I wanted to pick.
I
Four.
want him to
that
be
was Peter.
responsible.
That was
This is
Peter's
your
fault.
responsibility.
No.
Great.
So that was a
Oh,
4. 4 is a great
that's a
number.
4.
Nothing bad
4
is
is a
going to
great
happen.
number. So Cyrus has led you into like through one of the side rooms down a hallway. It's kind of a little whirlwind. He's just chattering away about alternate universes and different timelines and astrology and crystals and souls and all this stuff. And as he's kind of like wound himself up to a fervor, he pushes open the door that has a big golden omega sign on it, and pushes and kind of like thrusts you in and comes in behind you and says, and this is the Olympus room. And this room is decked out like a big gaudy scene from like a over the top Greek play. It's decorated painted like specific scenes. What do you think? What is the sort of overarching deity or deities that are represented in this room?
Dionysus.
Dionysus, of course, yes.
So everything is wine themed with like
Yep.
fake, or no, they've somehow brought in real grape trellises and grapevines.
Yeah, and there's there's actually
fountains.
a couple little fountains that are spraying
Wine fountains.
wine. It's probably yeah, and he like just like strides over and takes like a goblet from next to it and dips it in there and offers it to you, and then grabs another one and dips it in. Whew, boy, it's probably not great, but
I think Francis respects the game so well that it doesn't taste well good, but the scenery is the best seasoning.
Says you're familiar with the god Dionysus, of course. What do you think? And he like looks. He's just beaming, like he's
Aw, this is
he's
the
so
cutest.
proud of this room.
Things could happen in this room, sir.
Oh, things have happened in this room, I assure you.
Wait, are we the only ones here?
Well, at the moment, I think the others are occupied at the Maharaja's palace.
Ah.
But would you like to see the Maharaja's palace as well, or is this? Of course. And he swings you out of the room.
Sorry.
And he's just chattering away about Dionysus and wine, the ecstatic rituals, and just like he's not drunk, but he's definitely like ebullient. And at some point, a boy in a toga kind of goes by and he just drops the goblet on his tray and pats him on the behind and sends him on his way, and takes you up some stairs to you're not sure if it's the second or third floor,
It's just kind of
upstairs
losing
somewhere. And he's just chattering away about how
And
the
somehow
Greeks-
Francis has obtained like a laurel.
Yeah. He's like, oh, the Greeks had the right idea with all this and that. And we say we've progressed so much, but really have we not torn away the essentials of the human experience? But that is nothing compared to, and at the end of this hallway, he busts open these double doors, and it looks like what someone in Victorian London who's never traveled outside of
Oh,
London
no.
might imagine
Yes.
the Taj Mahal looks like.
Drawn
on the
without
inside,
reference.
drawn without reference. It is wildly colorful. Let's see, what's the paint scene for this one? Describe something particularly vivid that people in the future will not be able to properly appreciate in black and white because the camera can't capture color.
Oh, of course, of course. I think that the walls are covered completely, not in tapestries, but in long bolts of silken fabric that are bright, shiny colors. And they're clearly very expensive, intricate patterns that look kind of like what you might see in the Middle East. So it's already kind of off target. But it's like, oh, this, I don't know, we can make a loom do this. I guess squares, are squares a thing? Sure.
Why not?
And there's just sort of a random array of them that really overwhelms the site, but it's all at kind of the same value. So
Awesome.
there I am.
Cool. So yeah, and in the kind of in the focal point of the room, there's like a little step dais, clearly wooden but painted to appear like it's marble.
Yeah.
And on it is what Francis would probably recognize as kind of like an Egyptian style sort of lounge, something that
One of those like
Cleopatra would be
couch sort of
reclining on or whatever.
yeah.
But to them, it's Indian.
It's for mummies.
And
The
yeah,
dead.
it's for mummies. And there is a nude man lounging on it. He's probably in his mid 50s and very well fed. And there is someone underneath the hood of a camera. And as you walk in, the little flash goes off, and you see all of the man on the couch in
Oh my.
vivid detail. And the camera hood comes off, and a woman with kind of like a bob, like a platinum blonde bob, pulls out a plate and says, "Now this will be only a moment, Milosh. Take your time, make yourself comfortable." And then it sees Cyrus come in, and she turns around and like puts the photographic plate on a weird, clearly not Indian, but that's what they think it is, kind of table, and like just sort of strides over to Cyrus and gives him air kiss. And Cyrus says, "Who have you brought? That is an amazing. What are you wearing?" Frock.
Oh
Who
yeah.
are you wearing?
Yes. Yes, I call it the formal frock. It will be very much the thing in the
Oh.
coming month.
Is it
Tapping the side of
custom
his
made?
Of course.
I must talk to your tailor. It's
I
spectacular.
am
I'm
bespoke from head to toe,
I
madame.
can clearly see that you are.
I
My name
love
is,
that you appreciate the finer things.
Caroline. My name's Caroline, and she puts out a hand.
Francis Quinn at your service, and a big elaborate bow.
Well,
I love that Paloma was trying so hard to be this woman, and Francis has stumbled his way into her.
Oh,
I'm gonna stay in the closet.
no.
and she says, have you come to be photographed? Please.
And-
And she kind of like is already assuming that's a yes, and she is sort of hustling you up to the what you call it, platform, and at the same time unbuttoning your frock and pulling it off.
And I think he is large, like his enthusiasm for doing this is kind of whirling around his vague memory that this might be the camera that's causing all the trouble. In the meantime, I think, I think the first thing he says is yes, and he's helping taking his own clothes off. I have some ideas.
Oh, amazing. We love ideas here.
And he's just immediately stage directing. I'm trying
Cyrus,
to
Like moving
Catch another-
furniture
Catch
around.
another plate.
exactly. Set
Okay,
up
these
another.
curtains here.
And
Exactly.
she is like Milosh, move over, make room. Please.
Yeah.
And she's like, I think
How
she is-
long do you think the two of you can maintain a pose of hesitant, quivering desire?
Oh, are you saying that to her?
Yeah.
Oh no,
To her and
she is undressing you and attempting to get you to pose with Milosh.
I understand this. I still
Yeah.
think this is what Francis
Yeah,
is
okay.
saying.
But she
like,
doesn't
oh, yes,
understand
of
that someone
course.
has to operate the camera.
Of course, darling. You'll have your turn. You'll have your turn with the camera, of course. And unless you are opposed to it, she has pretty much completely undressed you at this point.
Yeah, I think Francis is okay with the nudity.
Cool.
I think he is still. I know that this is one of my questions, but I think he really wants to arrange a very erotic scene for the camera.
Yes. Is
Um,
Paloma the only one that's not nude right now?
I think so. And yeah, she
can
gives you some
change
directions.
that.
She's like, oh yeah, drape your leg that way, lean against there. Cyrus, grab grab that sash over there, and he kind of like takes it and sort of wraps it around your head so that your face is not completely concealed, but it's translucent. So, and he wraps one around Milosh's head, like, now bring your heads closer together. Fantastic. And goes under the camera. She's like, now
Yeah, and I
just,
think
just be
I'm
a moment.
Yeah. Oh, cameras. He says, I love cameras without even making the connection. And then the penny drops. What can you tell me about this model? I've been thinking of buying an improvement for my old daguerreotype system.
Oh, well, this is Milosh. He's from Greece. He hasn't really said much about the Olympus room downstairs, but I'm not sure that modern Greeks are. Sorry, Milosh, I'm sorry. He doesn't speak very much English, I'm afraid, but he's very charming, I assure you. And
I think Francis tries to say something in classical Greek that is like so far off from modern Greek.
Ancient Greek.
Yeah.
I think Milosh like
Fair enough.
understands. He's like,
Understands enough to be offended.
he's like, okay, bro, whatever.
That's just lines from Oedipus.
Yeah, and Caroline has clearly like mistaken your request for information about the model of the camera to be about the model posing for the camera.
I get the joke now.
It's not a joke. She's just not very smart.
Oh no.
No, I didn't understand why you were doing that.
And she's just like, hold for a moment. Don't move. Stay still. And then the flash goes off, and she is like, brilliant, amazing, and immediately starts undressing. Now it's your turn.
Okay, and then Francis immediately goes over to the camera. Can I do an information move to gather information about the camera
Yeah. Are you
while I'm setting
checking it
things up and giving erotic direction to everyone?
yes, absolutely. Cool. So you will be rolling with reason.
Which is not great, but still feels very much in character. So 2D -1.
And I think exposing yourself for the camera, I think that has cleared your embarrassed condition. Just
Oh, okay.
That'll do it.
It is washed right off of you.
I will delete that. Okay, so-
do you have anything that you might want to use? Nothing
Oof,
jumps out, but yeah,
Yeah.
or it could just be a straight up roll.
my collection of fancy hand mirrors, money clip, police badge with a lodge symbol. None of those could work. Let's see. Can I make one of these people my worshippers? I could, but I don't really see strong need for that. Yeah, I think I'm just rolling normally, I'm afraid.
All right. Let's see what
We will
get.
see. 8.
A 7 or an 8. Awesome.
Yeah.
That will do it. So on a hit, you find your clue. Oh, I should look at what the clues are for this. Mm,
Nah.
let's see.
And meanwhile, Francis is lecturing about how photography stills the beating heart of the amorous, and therefore we should lean into this and create a moment that feels like it is pregnant with purpose and attraction.
Cool.
He somehow still has like grapes from the other room,
Yes.
festooning them around.
How did you get an entire grapevine? No, never mind. Never
Where have you been
mind.
hiding that?
And I
Never
think when you,
mind.
so they follow your instructions and set up the scene. It's all perfectly wonderful. And when you put your put the cloth over your head for the camera,
Oh no.
there's this distinct smell under there, and it's very pleasant. It's
Francis is just having the best day.
it smells like warm.
It's way better
uh,
than the sewer.
not necessarily like mulled spices, but some sort of exotic spices that
Okay.
you wouldn't normally find in London. You would probably be able to place them, but it's just intoxicating. It's just a delightful smell that's
Just
seems to be
vanilla.
coming from the camera. It's just like vanilla and cinnamon. Yeah,
Mm.
exotic.
Yeah, I was about to say curry, but no, they would have had plenty of curry in London by then.
Yeah, and as you so how are you familiar with how cameras work, or are you just kind of like diving in?
I think Francis has been around rich people with cameras a lot and been photographed a lot. I think he is just diving in. He knows nothing of the actual mechanisms of it, but he does know like what he's seen photographers do, what motions they've done to make them.
Right.
You see him like doing the little frame.
And I think as you yeah, so you take the picture, the flash thing poof, goes off, and when you hear the bang of the flash powder going off,
Uh-huh.
you kind of forget for a moment that you are under a hood, and you get this feeling of weightlessness, almost like as if like the floor had dropped out from beneath you, but you're
Yeah.
not falling, and it's a little bit disconcerting. And when you look around under the
So I think Francis is 100% here for that. It's like, ooh,
Yeah. and you look around,
this is what
and, like,
cameras do.
the stars slowly come into focus in the darkness,
Mhm.
and so you're just like get this feeling of floating in space, and this is a sensation, like Cosmos hasn't been released yet. This is a sensation that is completely like awesome in the actual term of the word.
Yeah.
And just like amazing. And then you don't know how long it lasted, if it was a fraction of a second or eons, but immediately like you kind of like hit the floor, and the cloth has been whipped over your head. Like, Francis, you have to come out to see what the picture looks like. Silly. And some glass of warm beverage. You're not exactly sure what it is. It does smell spicy, but different than the spices that were underneath the camera.
Yeah.
And yep, everyone's like, oh, we can't wait to see what this looks like now. And Milosh is like trying to gesture to people and saying something in Greek that probably is like, it's my turn.
Oh, yeah.
And gets up the camera. Cool, and that's that. We have one more unseen to do. Ooh, golly. Who did the first one? Was that?
I did
Peter
the
did.
first one, yeah.
Peter.
Yeah.
Did it.
Want to wrap it up?
I'll
Okay.
take it.
Mr. Davenport and Mr. Taylor withdraw into Taylor's study for port and cigars.
Kiss.
Alone, how do they expose the vices they hide from society to one another?
Kissing.
Let's see. Okay, I think they're both smoking opium pretty quickly here. Like they close the door and get out Victorian drug accoutrements. And this is going to be vague, but yeah, I think they are also, yeah, they're talking obliquely about a plan to kill someone as they cast, smoke into the air. It starts out as, we have to make sure he's there at the right time. Both of us will be on the other side of the city. So that when it happens, no one suspects. No one suspects.
Hmm.
And then both of our businesses will be at ease for years.
Does it seem like this is the first time they've done this?
Mhm,
Talking about killing someone?
I think it's clear that this is a plan that they've had in the works for some time, and so they have a certain level of comfort with dropping into the discussion, and their sort of coded language is very natural to them.
Right. So they seem kind of at ease with the idea of killing
Yeah,
someone.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome. I love it. Sweet. Let's go back to Paloma in the closets. So you've been left alone in it's kind of a large cloakroom more than a closet. And yeah, there are there's costumes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through everybody's shit.
There's a bunch of costumes. There's like cowboy outfits and weird like caveman skins and like offensive Indian garb.
Outfits for all the characters we didn't pick from the character.
Yeah. Yeah, and like the Victorians' ideas of various exotic
There's no
locations.
Frankenstein character in Victorian era yet. Otherwise, Paloma would wear like neck bolts.
Was Frankenstein around yet? But not with the neck bolts, I don't think.
It was written in 1817, apparently.
Yeah, it wasn't with the neck bolts, so yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I would have it.
It was just a large,
scar, right?
intelligent, handsome man.
And the Frankenstein walk came from a film where Frankenstein, the character, had a brain transplant from Igor, who was at the time of the brain transplant blind, which is something they then wrote out of the script, but kept the physicality of I am holding my hands out so I know where I am walking. I think it was Frankenstein.
Amazing.
That's amazing.
That's great.
Anyway, I would love to dress Paloma up, but I'm just not. I just need to make sure it makes sense.
And you're very sad right now. We're very thoughtful.
Paloma's sad and digging through people's stuff.
Cool. So you can dig through the closets as much as you want, but you clearly, he said a box, but it's clearly like a little trunk that it looks like it does lock, but it is not locked, and it's clearly out of place. It's less gaudy. It's very plain. That's probably where Penelope's stuff is.
Yeah, could I do a information roll to look through her stuff?
Yeah, for sure. What kind of, when you open it up, what's the first thing that you see in there?
She's an actress. I think the first thing that I see is a playbill from her most recent theater production.
Yeah, I think that was, what was it?
Was
Orlando or Rosalind. She was playing Rosalind in the last play she was. So that's
oh, that's a
what play is that?
The Shakespeare
Rosalind,
one that everybody did last
William,
year 1,000
yeah.
times.
As no,
As you like
You
it.
like it?
as you like it, yeah.
Okay. So no,
I know it.
okay.
Intuition, as you like it. So yeah, there's a playbill for As You Like It, and yeah, she played Rosalind in that.
Yeah. So there's like a,
Um,
yeah, As You Like It with some dog ears and it's like some notes written on it.
Cool. Yeah, go ahead and make that inspiration roll, and I don't see why you can't use reason unless you have
Yes,
a
finally.
better idea.
I don't. This will be my
At
first
long
time.
last.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, your
I'm
first roll for reason.
not sure what, like, just for like looking through a trunk, what would count. I'm good with reason unless you want to
Let
use
me
something
have
else.
this.
Yeah, go for it.
So 2. +2. Oof. Okay, I roll 7.
Ooh.
5 + 2 is a 7.
Oh, I thought the 5 was the okay. Like, wow, that was a cool. So you do find a clue. Let's see. Yeah, that'll be good.
Like, what's the weirdest thing to put in a trunk?
Yeah.
A
So
severed hand.
there are there are costumes, but not costumes in there, right? It's just like fancy dress, maybe a wig or two, a couple letters. She had some from Bert, nothing too salacious, just like the general Victorian, you're pretty kind of letters. But at the bottom of the trunk, there is it almost looks like a scroll, but kind of long. And when you pull it out, unroll it, it's got a little clasp at one end. It's clear that it's actually more of a poster that looks like, and you immediately recognize it because it is a highly detailed anatomy chart that looks like it belongs in a classroom of some kind. And there are notes on it in a feminine hand, as if she had been taking notes on it, like pointing to different places. And so that's your clue, a highly detailed anatomy chart found among her belongings.
Oh, we would have been friends.
Yeah, probably. And something bad happens too.
No.
And
I bumped my head. The end.
yeah, I think we're gonna get from behind you. There is a voice. It's a woman, and she says, "Can I help you find anything?" So you can tell her, like, she is. You can see her face from her voice, how like stern and drawn she is.
You say no, and the night moves on uneventfully.
Yeah.
Or yeah, I could use a lot. Tell me everything you know about the Wheatley camera.
Oh, yeah.
Their manual for this camera.
And then she
Bert
gives you
says there's not.
10 clues.
Yes,
All of them
information
for the
roll for
mastermind.
clue for this mean lady.
And we end up being friends.
And as another new roommate at Hargrave House.
Yeah, but Paloma's
end.
already terrified, so I imagine this kind of spooks Paloma.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And when you whip around, it's a woman of unremarkable height. I think she has a semi-sheer black caftan for clothing, and she has dark
bad.
hair that is braided in a like intricate way, and it kind of looks like a little crown. And she's like, her face is very like.
Ooh, this is Paloma's type, though.
Sucking on a lemon sort of.
And she just like stands there with her arms at her side, like she is very relaxed, but she is like intently focused on you.
And then
What are you doing in the closet?
cut to Paloma's perspective, which is like K-drama. God,
Sparkles and
beautiful.
Vaseline lens. Flowers.
I was at this costume party and I don't have a costume, so. But really, what Paloma says is like, Bert said.
Bert
I
said
could-
that you were looking through the
costume.
closets. Yes.
I
Is there something that I can help you with? You don't seem, and she got like looks you up and down sternly, like you don't seem the type. And she just leaves that hanging
Stereotype much?
every
You
day.
tell me you're not queer either? Okay. Hadar is off today.
And you can't tell if she meant like you don't seem like the type to come to this kind of party, or like you don't seem like the type that Bert would be interested in.
Yeah,
Leaves
yeah,
that.
yeah. And I think Paloma was scared, but also Paloma sees a pretty lady. And it's like, how can I get this lady to dress me up? All of a sudden, I
Roll
want to
for
wear a
that.
dress.
Is that a night move?
Night move. Yeah, Paloma is conflicted. You're right. I'm at a loss. Do you have any suggestions?
Do I have
Like
any
and holds up whatever the closest costume is, which I'll just let someone else just say.
I think it's a teddy bear,
Yeah, it's just a
but just
like
just a body, not no head.
yeah.
Are you suggesting that you wear that ridiculous thing?
Oh, of course not. Maybe
Bert didn't say
something
that you were a friend of Cyrus's, are you?
more appropriate. Cyrus. Oh, he's more Francis's type. It's like try on different headdresses.
And she like is just scowling at you.
Paloma loves it. You seem like a woman of opinions, which I can respect.
I have many duties here, and one of them is not checking my closets for vermin. So, if you'd like to explain yourself, you have 1 minute. Otherwise, I'll have Periwinkle escort you out.
This is just yeah, Paloma is trying to play it off like Bert sent her in here to get a costume because she wasn't dressed enough. Bert just sent me it. Bert told me that this is where I should look if I was gonna find something to. He said I wasn't dressed up enough. He said he didn't know what I was.
What are you trying to accomplish? Just trying to get her to back off?
Yeah, I was gonna flirt, but now I can tell she's being a meanie.
You can do that too.
I'm gonna keep flirting though.
What
It's wrong.
are you afraid might
style.
happen if this doesn't work out for you?
Let's see. I mean, I am afraid of getting kicked out. But I think Paloma really like there is something about like severe women that Paloma's just like kind of melting at. 'Cause Paloma has a very specific type. It is usually women that are not super interested in her that are quite severe.
I get it.
And more straight laced than Paloma. Yeah. So Paloma is like, I think I as a player am most worried about getting kicked out, but Paloma is most interested, most worried about like not only getting turned down, but like it becoming a big thing and it not being okay to have hit on her.
Yeah.
And I maybe
Um,
Paloma is a little playful with it. It is like,
Hmm.
well, she doesn't have anything on her crown of braids, does she?
No, that's just her hair. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I wonder if she like, well, maybe you could show me how you achieve this very intricate crown and kind of like brushes a braid.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it is worse than what you fear.
Full
Um,
Paloma flirting.
She instead of
We
kicking
touched
you out,
hair.
will turn the light off and lock you in the closet
Oh,
what?
what a meanie.
and leave you there
Boo.
until morning.
Oh,
Um,
lock him in the closet. No,
I
I've
think
been out
this
of the
is-
closet for years.
The irony, the cursed irony.
Irony.
it feels like this is a presence roll.
Yeah, I did it. It's Paloma.
Alright.
Paloma, the heart wants what the heart wants. Not my
Mhm.
fault. Paloma did this one.
Do you have anything you'd like to use with it?
Yeah. What do I have? I got a baby's foot. I got bloody rag, medical text,
Bone saw. Bone saw.
bone saw,
Bonesaw.
empty pram.
Is this the same
Uh,
woman who annotated the medical diagram? I guess not.
No, that was Penelope.
Penelope. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I can get away with any of these.
All right, 2 dice straight up.
Yeah, that makes sense though.
Not a. Yeah.
Yeah, flirting in the closet. Not Paloma's finest moment, but it is what Paloma chose to do.
Hmm. And it's not at disadvantage or no. But, yeah.
No.
Okay.
I rolled a 7.
By Paloma. Okay. All caps.
Paloma always yells her name.
But a 7 will do. So
This is
That
the
a girlfriend
session
now?
of skin of our teeth dice rolls.
yeah. Let's see. What's a good?
So now we're married for better and for worse.
Mostly worse.
With a kid on the way. One piece at a time.
One piece at a time.
And it didn't cost me a dime. Ugh. Let's see. Let's have.
There's a lot of
Hmm.
7s in this game.
Oof. Yeah. Oh wow, there's so many good things to do.
What are you
So-
gonna do to me?
You wanted her to back off and let you go.
And kiss
Um,
me.
I don't think a 7 is gonna get you a kiss.
Okay.
Ooh.
Maybe a
Um,
hug.
but she does like stiffly put her hand out and offer to help you up off the floor.
Yes.
And she walks backward and sort of leads you out of the closet and leans past
Symbolism
you
is right.
to close the door behind you and rests her hand on your wrist on your shoulder, and she's still holding your hand. So this, I can see into your nature, and this place. kind of
Okay,
looks you
right?
Up and down. This place is not for the likes of you. But if you'd like, and she like leans in more, if you'd like some personal attention at another time, she reaches through your hair. What does Paloma's hair look like?
It's just like kind of stringy and all over the place.
Oh yeah,
I think
So
right now she's I think she had it up and like it's like just short enough that it doesn't really go in a bun, and she tried to
Mhm.
put it up, but it's already
That's kinda
kind
like-
of gone everywhere.
yeah. And she's like, as she's like putting hairs back into place, and she says, "No, if you ever want some personal attention at a later date," and then there's a sharp pain on your scalp
and she is yanked out a little hank of hair, like not a handful, but like a chunk, and says,
She's a witch.
She
"You
going
know
to do
where
some
to
magic.
find
That is
me,"
magic on me.
and then escorts you to the front door. Periwinkle will show you out, and she binds up the hair and puts it in a little pocket
Oh no, I'm hexed.
and
Again.
sweeps majestically back upstairs. And the boy with the toga, did you have a coat or anything that you were wearing when you came in, or a
I don't
hat?
think so.
Well, yeah, he then he's just standing awkwardly by the door, and he kind of like and pushes the door open. Well, Miss Abernathy will call for you if you're required again. Have a pleasant night. Is there anything can I do anything for you? You seem out of sorts. Please go. She gets. I can feel her eyes on me. She may not
She
be.
take your hair too.
He like touches his. He's like golden, like little curly locks of hair. And yeah, he's like, no, she's never taken my hair from my head.
Okay. Yeah, Paloma heads out. But I wonder if Paloma maybe checks for a window. I don't know. We've already tried windows, so I feel like I should try something different. Anyway,
Voyeurism part 2.
Paloma leaves out the door.
Okay. And you can
Let's
see
see.
Periwinkle kind of like standing there holding the door, kind of like not wistfully looking after you, but you seem nice, not like the people who are here most of the time. It's like, oh, that was a nice person, and now she's gone. Okay, I'm gonna go back inside and get ready for the rest of the night. Okay.
Poor
Boom, boom.
Periwinkle. I should have rescued Periwinkle. My way out.
You have plenty of time. Speaking
gone
of
yet.
rescuing people, Gareth, say you're exiting the crow's nest, and as you're gotten yourself together, you where'd Nicole go? You got yourself together and are putting your final whatever pieces of clothing are
With
as
my
you
new
walk out the
walking
door.
stick.
Your new walk. Yeah, you got Toby's old walking stick. You know what?
Just a charred top hat.
Go ahead and add Toby's walking stick to your personal quarters.
Yeah, Toby's walking stick. It's my walking stick now.
Yeah.
Crow's head walking
And-
stick.
As you're leaving, the door closes behind you and then immediately opens again. And Chester, what the fuck is his name? Blake. Blake is coming out the door behind you. He has like a pretty ratty coat on. Not like awful, but not great. And he kind of like looks up and sees
Francis
you
would be
and-
appalled.
Yeah. Oh, I was just well, I suppose I'm leaving if that's I'm leaving if that's all right. If you don't mind.
You mean leaving for good?
Yes.
I
if
mean, it's absolutely all. I just want to make sure it's clear.
I'm I think I mean I don't enjoy what we do here, but I'm curious, and we don't. This is our home, and well, it was my home, and I haven't seen much of the rest of London, and I was thinking of seeing some of it. So one of the patrons left a calling card for a factory, and I think I'll apply for work there and find a place to live, I suppose. And it's early March, right, and it's still pretty cold in London. And he kind of like huddles against the cold. Says, "Thank you for." Toby was a very bad person, and you did a good thing.
Was
getting
Toby
him out of it.
forcibly keeping you employed here?
We never had a choice.
What would happen if you had wanted to leave?
It never crossed our minds.
Well, London is a place of many splendors, but also many dangers. There's much to explore. I wish you best on your journey, but be careful. If you ever need me for services or just for a visit for kind ear, you can find me at Hargrave House.
What services?
Well, we do at Hargrave House. We look into things, unusual things around London. You see. In fact, I would happily, reward you for any clues you might be able to give us in cases we are working on. For having feet on
You
the
work for-
street and eyes everywhere helps
You work
us.
for Scotland Yard, then?
No. Hargrave House. We are sort of our own little family.
I don't understand.
We look into things that Scotland Yard deems not worthy of looking into. Things more unusual.
Oh yes, they've will occasionally come looking into us, and Violet, she pays them to make sure that we're not worth looking into. I understand.
Do you tell me, Blake? Do you believe in otherworldly things? Things not of this world? Things beyond our comprehension?
Well, I expect I'll go to heaven when I die.
I certainly hope so. These are the kinds of things Hargrave House looks into. There are many things beyond human knowledge.
So the church?
Making
No.
sure prostitutes go to heaven.
No. For example, let me just give you an example. Have you ever heard of the legend of is the St. James Street Ghost? Is that like a well-known thing, or is that just
It's been in like the tabloids.
Yeah, so it's
you
not
may
like
have
a-
heard about.
like this secret thing? Right? Like,
No. You found out about
Yeah,
it in a paper.
It's like,
so.
for example, there's rumor of a ghost at St. James Street, and rumors of the creature of Cremorne Gardens, things such as that. These are types of things Hargrave House looks into.
That sounds terrible. With monsters and
Well-
ghosts.
Indeed. We hope to keep London safe from such things.
Well, I suppose I'm glad that you got rid of our monster.
Part of the job. So, but my point being, if you hear of anything such as that, please do contact me at Hargrave House, and we need all the ears in London we can get.
All right. Hargrave House. Is that?
I'll give him a business card. Yeah, here's my card.
Oh, never felt paper so fine. He looks for a pocket, but he's like, oh, that one has a hole in it. I'm just gonna hold on to this. All right, and it's Dawn is coming, and I think he's gonna go off and look for a job at a factory. Well, I thank you for your service to the city, I suppose, and I hope to see you again someday.
I hope so, Blake. And,
He doesn't have a hat, but he pretends to do the thing.
Mimes it.
I hope your fortunes only escalate from here.
All right, we'll see.
And that boy was Andrew Carnegie.
And that boy lost both his arms in a mangler.
Yeah, I think more likely in this game, that boy is the next victim of the creature of Cremorne Gardens.
Oh, we really
Cremorne
got to
is
get him some
much
housing.
too fancy for him. Blake
Aw.
factory. Cool. I'm happy ending that there if you're good with that.
Cool. Yeah.
The
Cool.
end.
And I think Francis is our
Happily
last
ever
scene.
after.
We do a last scene for Francis yet?
Oh yeah, we just get to watch Francis party. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. One last thing with Francis.
Yeah. I think it's a raucous night for you. You've been, there's a cowboy room, there's a jungle room, there's a weird
Mhm.
room where like everything's like silver and gray, and Cyrus has just like been attached to you the entire time,
Sure.
and it's been you saw a
Paloma saw
closet.
none of these rooms.
Mama saw none of these rooms. Closet.
Yeah, and you've been drinking and gossiping and put in all manner of compromising positions, and vice versa. Is there anything in particular you would like to do? I don't have a specific idea for a scene to set up.
Let's see. Well, I want to, in a min-maxy sort of way, I want to force in an echo in the night. But there are lots of ways to do that. Let's see, what is another thing to do with these? I think, let's see. Yeah, I think he's gonna, let's say we're in the silver room,
Mhm.
and I can force the
astral plane room.
and there are like
Um,
silver animals in the that are reminiscent of the walking stick head.
Nice. Yeah, and there's a paint the scene for this.
Oh,
there
sorry.
there are objects arranged all over that seem to be from another world or time. Describe
Oh.
one.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure. And so these are creatures that have fivefold symmetry represented in shining silver. One of them has an alien style mouth within a mouth that's gaped and reaching for something up above. And it seems to have a sort of permanent haze around it, and no one is sure how they do that effect. But
Nice. Cool. I think that's probably the last room that like you and Cyrus have just been parading through the house.
Oh, sure.
Being fabulous.
And now I want to point out that Francis has accumulated like clothing items from each room at this point.
He's got a holster with a
shooters,
6-gun in it, and
I didn't get any of the costumes.
A turban on top of a laurel wreath.
Yeah, and like you've been photographed and you've taken photographs all night.
Oh no.
And there's been a different camera in every room.
Oh, okay.
And they've all seemed pretty like it's all weird, but none of them has been like, ooh, this is the spooky camera.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Dawn is probably an hour away, and Cyrus has got like kind of like 5 a.m. partied all night look. This guy like gotten drunk and sobered up and gotten drunk and sobered up again, and he's you're both kind of on your last legs. He's like, well, new old friend, you're an old soul, but a new friend. I'm sure we've cavorted together in many lifetimes across many planes of existence. It seems that our evening is coming to an end. I would be honored to offer you, upon approval of the others, of course, probationary membership in the Society Obscura. I insist that you accept. I will refuse to take no for an answer, but do you accept?
He does a long, like Arnold Rimmer-esque salute of earnest seriousness, and is like, I would be honored.
Amazing.
Who would ever leave this place?
Takes you on the shoulder, grabs you by the shoulders, and gives you the cheek kisses. And there's something nearby he grabs the toast with, and then tosses it away.
They've just been like drinking out of people's left drinks all night.
Yeah.
Well, here we are in the astral plane. What would you ask of me?
Oh, what is the question for the astral plane? I see
He's
that
like,
we've Yeah, I think he's just immediately like, yeah, let's do this scene. I see that we have recreated an astral plane here, but if one wanted to pierce the veil of reality in reality,
Mm.
how?
In one of many realities.
How would one do that? Surely a man of your experience and wide-ranging knowledge would know of some. I mean, reality is good. We know this, yes, but
Yeah, of course, everyone knows that in their
Better.
souls.
it could
Yes.
be better.
Yeah, it could be better. It could be better.
It could be better.
This, my friend,
3 hours
Is-
later.
an occult secret that has been hidden from the eyes of mankind since age immemorial. One ignorant in the ways of the metaphysical being the universe would consider it magic, but indeed it is the deepest kind of science known to man or beyond.
Is it getting drunk?
Is what getting drunk? The camera? I don't. We can try. And there's a bottle of wine, so he pours a bottle of wine
Give us some
over
wine.
this camera. So I think someone has curled up asleep at the base of it with the cloth over them, and they're just like,
Oh no.
Splattered.
I don't know if that will help, but it's worth a try.
My God, you are a genius.
2 silly billies.
And he sort of staggers off and finds his giant pink pink frock.
Someone's been
Uh,
using it as a
Towards the
blanket.
door.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there are
you'll-
2 people under it.
Yeah.
There's a brief tug of war. Off you go.
Cool. Is there anything you want to do in the house before leaving?
Find Paloma, I guess, or stumble on her.
Yeah, I think in the realm of the front door, Periwinkle is hovering, trying ushering out the last few people, and he sees you kind of like looking
Yeah.
around, and he sort of prances up to you and says, I believe your lady friend left earlier. I don't know if she went home or has been waiting for you. It's awfully cold outside. I suppose I should have checked and made sure she's okay. I'm so sorry. It's possible she's frozen to death, but she's no longer here.
All right, young man. Just boops him on the nose and then heads out the door.
Is there any way I could be of service before the dawn breaks?
Just help me stably get through the foyer here.
Of course, and I'll take the turban and
Those
this.
6 shoes.
This is an actual firearm. We won't be needing that on the streets. And removes the 3 togas you have on and helps you back into a very disheveled waistcoat.
One of them was Periwinkle's toga.
Oh no.
Yeah, he has just little like a cherub cloth around his
Yeah.
middle. And I think he opens the door for you and says, we bid you well and hope to see you again soon, and takes the glass of wine that you have out of your hand and places it on a
tray.
pedestal where there looks like there was a statue, but there's no longer. And
Oh, no.
you can see the sun coming up through the fog as you wander out. Was Paloma waiting on the doorstep the entire
I
time?
thought
or
the
did she go
funniest
home?
thing would be Paloma sitting and standing and facing the door all night. But if it's a freeze to death situation, I guess I.
Yeah, you wouldn't freeze to death, but it's chilly. Cool.
Viva
I thought it would
la
just be funny
Society
if
of
he came
Strong.
out and Paloma was like, "There you are,"
Well, I've been waiting up all night for you. Cool. And
or maybe Paloma just went home and went to bed.
Or maybe she went and found The Ghost of St. James Street.
No.
So I wrapped up two
I've been at
mysteries while
St.
you
James
dicks
Place
were
all
doing
night.
your shit.
I've been hanging out with the creature. Been going to the Peep Show together.
It's great.
Let's see. Do we want to do Dawn now, or do we want to save her for next time?
I mean, it seems like, a good way to wrap up, right? Because it's like
Okay, cool.
tick all
Yeah.
our boxes and
Yeah.
It's just
then
quick,
everybody.
right?
Yeah, it's
did
just
it
a
quickly.
so collect rewards if a threat was resolved. It was not.
Oh.
Answer our Dawn questions. So Paloma, did you answer a question? No. Resolve a threat? No. Did
No.
you experience an echo in the night?
I did get an echo.
She did answer a question. We all answered a question.
Oh, did you?
Proves the
checked.
reality of the.
Through the
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that was last time. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they're all checked.
Yeah.
Of course. Did you have a conversation with a child while no one was looking? I don't remember that happening.
I was like, oh, I guess. Yeah, I didn't have the child with me, but I was like, did I have a conversation with the locket?
Hmm.
I don't know.
I don't.
I didn't.
think
I didn't do
so.
anything except for
and
echo.
you didn't get your hands up in a pile of guts, unfortunately.
You don't know what I was up to while I got kicked
Yeah, that's
out.
right.
I mean, that was a wild party, but
It's true. A lot of things happened after she got kicked out.
Not very many
so cool.
guts in that
Looks
party.
like you have 2 XP. If you want to choose new questions, now's the time.
Yeah, I do.
Let's see. Francis answered a question. Experienced an echo for sure. Created an ornate, over-the-top erotic experience. Yes, absolutely.
Good job.
Did you show a vulnerable side to someone? What was that?
There was a vulnerable move last session, I think.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You were
Yeah.
sad.
Cool. That's 4 XP. The oh, boom. The 100. Look at this amazing keeper that tells you when you get the advancement. So cool. You get to choose an advancements now after you clear off your XP track. Or vice versa.
Let's see. What are the?
Let's get
Can-
Gareth.
Yeah, let's talk Gareth for a bit, and I'll
Yeah.
figure out.
Answer the
something.
question. Experienced an echo.
Yep.
It did have a face-to-face encounter with a dark entity.
Oh, yeah.
Or a bunch. And did you console someone?
I did. I don't remember what it was. It wasn't this session, though. But I know
Was
I
it
did.
talking to Ava, maybe?
Maybe. I can't remember. I know I definitely did it, though.
Yeah. Cool. That's 4 XP. So you also get an advance and you got one left over.
Wow, Palumbo was slacking.
But you got some good scenes in.
You know what? I'm
Yeah.
just gonna, because I'm boring and I don't like thinking, I'm just gonna go ahead and max out my sensitivity at 3.
Spooky Gareth.
All right.
And
So
I'll give
that'll clear
myself some
off your
extra
XP and go away.
vitality, I think.
Cool.
Yeah. Both of
Yeah,
those make
eventually I
sense.
want to write a custom move for this guy, but I don't. I need to give that thought and planning.
Awesome.
Makeover montage move.
Oh yeah.
You could maybe you could yeah, it'd be funny if you could like make another character attractive for a little bit.
Cool. So if you want to choose new questions, do that anytime before we start the next day. There are custom moves to be resolved, and those are Palomas. So you get a couple things.
Oh yay, finally I get stuff.
You get a body part.
Yes.
Um,
Oh yeah, we went shopping.
yeah.
My kind of shopping, not Francis's kind of shopping. Francis, I got you something. I got hair.
You got. Oh, where'd you get hair from? So yeah.
I don't know. That lady took my hair, so I got hair from.
Harley. Harley. I think Harley meets you on the street on the way home. And he comments. He's like, "Oh, you look like you've seen the dead." I have just the thing to brighten up your morning. Oh, I didn't mean that in a good way. I meant it in the bad, scary way that normal people think about.
Oh, yeah, I did. I had a bad night.
And he sort of like models on his hand what looks like a wig, but he's like, this
Just a
is
scalp?
Yeah, it's actually and it's a scalp, and it's not super fresh, so it's not like bloody underneath, but it's a little bit leathery, and there's still bits of stuff underneath.
Perfect.
What color is
do
the
great.
hair?
It's straw colored, like mine is.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah, he
So
found
good
hair that matched mine exactly.
Amazing. Yes.
Harley is a man for
Um,
detail.
And they also searched for other valuables that night. And Francis and Gareth get to decide what item you get to add to your personal quarters that Harley came up with.
Wait, say that again.
Paloma will get a new item for personal quarters, and you two get to decide what it is.
Whatever Harley found.
Oh. We get to
Yeah,
decide.
anything that Harley could have found during the night.
Who is Harley again? Is that her grave friend? Her grave?
Yeah. The grave robber friend.
I think, unless Peter has a better idea, I think he found a dropped key to a locked mausoleum.
Mausoleum key.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Mausoleum key it is. Great. And he hands that over with the thing. It's on a little iron chain, and bids you good morning. It's been a long night.
You're a good man, Harley.
I wouldn't say that.
He's no dirty William.
He's no dirty William.
R.I.P. Dirty William.
Cool. And dawn breaks, and we are done. Woohoo!
Francis teeters into bed. Still singing a song.
Picking a grapevine out of something.
It's like wine stains everywhere. Cool. That's that. What do we like to do? Round of stars and wishes. Let's start with Heath. What do you got?
Oh, I did not. I once again, for the most part, completely left Sean out of this episode.
Sean's not
Miss.
real.
I remember to include him last time.
Yeah, we just need to like set a reminder for halfway through the game. Oh, right.
We could just play another game that's just Sean's game
right
when he's doing while we're doing this stuff.
And also make sure that we include crows in the unseen.
Nope.
So we have
Crow Davenport and Crow Taylor.
Was there
comparing
anything
piles of shiny rocks.
was there anything in particular that you enjoyed about the session?
I mean, it's hard. It's actually I have a hard time focusing in just because the whole thing. So it's like it was all great, man. I just like watching it. And, yeah, no, I mean, I got nothing but love for this episode. Even the dice helped out this time. So,
Yeah.
Rice.
Anything else you'd like to see next time? More Sean?
Always more Sean, yeah.
Yeah, always.
And it's not, I don't know. I think I'm kind of devil's advocate for myself, and that like I always feel a bit lame just going like advanced. All right, just bump my main stat up one. Boring.
Well, you
Yeah.
can only do that a certain number of times. So
Exactly.
It'll,
But,
yeah, and it makes
I'm
sense
always
for
like-
Gareth to have
It
that.
does. It makes sense. But part of
Yeah.
me is always
Yeah.
like, be more creative, do something cooler. I'm just like, nah, presence is 3.
I want to try and think of some custom move that can help us with composure.
I'll probably bump my reason up
Hmm.
eventually.
But yeah, I mean, that's just, me, I'm always trying to keep variety. And so part of me is like, I mean, maybe better to, not better, but.
I do like that we're all kind of specializing on different things at this point.
and
Yeah, I like
what
this
did,
kind of like odd couple group too. Like,
Yeah.
Francis bumped up vitality, is that right?
Yeah. Vitality by 1.
Nicole, stars.
Yeah, I agree with Pete. I think that there were so many good scenes in this one. Like it was just really nice to see each of those moments. It helped me like let go of like all right, I'm gonna get in and I'm gonna do something with reason. I was like,
Mhm.
nah, there's no way to do reason. So, oh, this guy just lost somebody. I'm gonna connect with him over that. So kind of trying to do my thing, but like letting it go. Yeah, I thought this episode was really fun and really lovely to watch everybody do encounters with the NPCs.
Any wishes?
No, I don't know. I think that yeah, I think it just is like the roles I was having, and that Paloma is kind of that way. Just watching Francis frolic from the window. I've seen none of these rooms.
Giant
that
line
room
dance.
That room seems to have only green lights.
That's the Frodis room.
Yeah, I don't have any. I don't know. I don't have any wishes. I thought it was good.
And Peter.
Yeah, I mean, after all of this, it's been nice that we've had 2 times of Francis just really in his element. I really like sort of seesawing him back and forth between like
Sewer and party. Yeah.
yeah, and then off to like a museum or something where he'll or the St. James Place where he'll persistently make the wrong impression on everyone. So that's cool. I wish I could remember the echoes of the night. If people can throw things in or just prompt or just kind of prod me to be like, remember what happened in the unseen.
Yeah, and that's probably my job too, because I'm
right out of my brain.
I've written down a list. Biscuits.
I actually do have a request for Paloma. I think that I mean, I'm either missing this or it feels like there's not a lot of situations that are for Paloma. Like I had to go to the library secretly. And maybe I'm just missing things that I would be good at. Because I don't mind being bad at stuff. It just feels like we're constantly going into situations where Paloma's like, I gotta talk to this person.
Oh yeah, I will happily team up to be the like really bad reason Goofus to the good reason Gallant.
And maybe I should just like stay in the library more, or like maybe that's I don't know, because I don't want to only play like goofy Paloma who's bad at things.
But like
Paloma is very good at things.
Yeah, and reason is good for like investigating just a crime scene or investigating the closet or like looking for stuff and picking it out. So you could do just more like Scooby-Doo looking.
That's why I was going for dissecting the camera, even though I knew we probably would get that, but
yeah.
We haven't seen that, or may not have seen the camera yet. We don't know.
I know. I thought we saw it, and then there were 50.
I'll be intrigued to see if there are any weird camera effects on Francis in the next day or 2.
Yeah.
I don't have any clues pending after my whole ritual, because we had that whole thing after my ritual.
Oh yeah.
Like, what else do you want? I was like, yeah, go give me some clues.
Oh yeah, the demon. One of the demons. We should see a Sean episode and then a demons episode.
Well, I thought maybe,
and then Sean and the demons.
Yeah.
I thought that might be able to manifest itself once, because obviously at some point I'm going to meet back up with Ava, since I hopefully cleared the space for her. And maybe when I have my next powwow with her, maybe we can get something out of that.
Yeah, make a reminder to get that clue in there, because definitely at least have a information roll from it.
Yeah, thanks for that reminder. Yeah, I'll just try to do more investigating and reading.
And again, that's partly my job to like put you in situations.
I think I just kept finding myself in situations where I needed to talk to people, and I was like,
this sucks.
Don't make me.
Yeah, or if you've had a lot of those, then it's my job to like put you not in those, but see something.
I was very proud of my echo, though.
Good.
I was like, I'm gonna go compliment something.
Peter, do you have any more wishes?
I don't think so. Yeah.
Cool. My stars, all around. Everyone did it. Like even everyone was somewhat in their element. Francis and Gareth, like 1 billion% into the thing they're doing. But even Paloma, like even though Paloma's like highest stat is reason,
like Paloma's a really like sad, sensitive character. I think you like the scenes with Bart, like that was like really got to some of the stuff that Paloma is about. So that felt really like you were.
Yeah, the locket felt like it actually fit there.
Yeah, you
More than-
were like totally leaning into that character part of Paloma, even if it wasn't as mechanically advantageous. That was really cool to see. I had a lot of fun describing the boys romping through the thing.
Oh yeah, were there
Yeah.
5 rooms available and I was supposed to go to one of them, I guess, or is that too
Yeah,
much to ask?
there's 5 rooms described. There could be plenty more, but those are the ones that have like specific, like, here's this weird thing,
Yeah.
with questions on them.
And we go through each of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The conga line.
and yeah, I think for wishes for me, I think I need to start bringing in some consequences for the other threats not being resolved yet.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whatever that
yeah.
means. Although I kind of had done that with whatever's happening with Irma. We don't know yet.
Oh no.
Or Sally.
and
Yeah,
then-
Sally's all
Yeah, Sally's. Yeah. Yeah, and I have a list of notes of stuff to keep up. So my wish for me is to use those notes to get stuff that we want to do in there.
Yeah, this was, we
yeah.
got 2 clues. in this section.
Yeah.
I was proud I finally got
yeah.
a clue because it's been a while.
Oh,
since I
yeah.
got a clue.
Yeah, and this it's been fun to just like role play instead of
Yeah.
just roll to get numbers.
I know. I felt
which
almost
is also fun.
guilty when I was in the closet because I was like, I'm just gonna dig through this.
Yeah, that's super
We're gonna
valid
fight
too.
this monster.
Cool. That's all I got. Woo. Thanks whoever was watching. I'll stop the stream.
Yeah. Thanks,
Good
everybody.
night.